Hey.
Are we live at?
Yeah, we live now.
Live now.
We don't really have a proper intro, do we?
Nah, just wing that shit.
I just let you talk it out, and I just be doing, you good. Like some people run up on here.
Actually, I'm trying to go. I can't watch it live from my phone.
I'm watching it right now.
I'm watching
How?
right now.
I just clicked on it. I went on my phone and clicked on the live.
I guess.
But
since
you're
I'm,
you, so that's probably gonna be a little difficult.
Yep.
You have to watch on like your girl's page or something.
Yeah, I can't watch it.
Damn.
It's all good. It's all good though.
I appreciate it, Lacey. Shout out. Appreciate that. Welcome.
If you were watching tonight, join the chat. Give your 2 cents to the topics we're talking about, and if you're interested in joining the show, reach out to us. We'll send you the link. We are streaming from StreamYards instead of going directly through Instagram, so that way we can have more people on the panel and get everybody's 2 cents.
I appreciate y'all tuning in. What's going on, everybody? What's happening?
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, that a little reel we made or you made was pretty dope. People
Yeah, it was
talking
hard.
about it.
Yeah, it was hard.
I appreciate that, fellas. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it was hard. Nino Brown, baby.
Ain't no silver spoons over here, baby.
No, not at all. Nino Brown is probably one of the most diabolical villains in any movie in the last 40 years. I can't think of another one.
I can think of one. Tasha from Power. He was hot garbage.
Who?
Tasha from Power. Ghost wife?
Bro, Power
Episode
was weak.
1 on Straight Bull.
Power was weak, bro.
You just said villain. I didn't say nothing about the rest of the show, but Power wasn't weak.
Tasha was not that good of a character. Like she wasn't.
She was the villain in the show. Like she was a perfect. Like, all right, we not starting with that. Like the more you know about your friends, man. I swear,
bro.
Yeah, we'll get back to it, man.
I have to go back and rewatch it. I was not a fan.
Man, episode 1, she showed you what she was about, and it was up to no good. But man, the chat gonna be a little difficult today because of StreamYard. I am watching on the phone, and you're right, it is delayed. But so share with a friend. We got some topics to talk about tonight. Well, it's pretty much one main topic. I think it'll be pretty interesting, but hopefully some more people get to join here soon. So how y'all doing, fellas?
Pretty good, man. Been a long week, but it's finally the week. Oh, we got one more day to the weekend, but I'm off tomorrow, so it's the weekend for me.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't start early. You going to the watering hole, ain't you? See?
Nah, I did not.
Let's go, baby, to the hole in the wall.
No, I did not. I came straight home. I came straight home today, so didn't stop by the local watering hole. So
I thought you going when you get off of here, since you got to go to work tomorrow.
No, because I gotta get up and drive to Texas.
Okay.
Yep. So
how long is that drive?
14 hours.
Ain't too bad.
No, not at all.
It'd be
Hey,
about 18 if you was coming down here to meet in.
are we?
Sound like you barely crossing the border.
Yeah. Are we gonna rock it with the vertical, or are we gonna go with the?
Man, I can do either one for real, for real.
Either one's
Like,
cool. All right. Well, we got Surrender. She already hopped on in the back, so she ready to go. Wait, can y'all see the back? The green room?
Oh yeah, I see the comments. Yeah, I see the
No,
comments. I
I mean,
can't see who's backstage, but I see her in the chat.
yeah, I see here in the chat.
Pink Shears, aka Sharinda, aka one of the funniest people I ever seen in the Instagram comments.
There she is.
there she go. What's good? Oh,
Oh,
you muted.
she got her mic off.
Yeah, you on mute.
Your mic off.
Sorry, I
There
was
you go.
trying to make sure I was on time, so y'all be start off talking about me bad.
That's all good.
What we got on the docket today? Oh, dang, Jay dipped out.
I got my notepad ready.
I'm here, bro.
Oh, cool. So what we got on the docket today?
Now on the docket today, we got I think
mostly
it's
the
yours.
ATA show.
Yeah, but first up, I think we're gonna talk about that. You want to run it by that elk, or we want to get to the ATA?
Let's get to the ATAs. AL can wait. it ain't
All
going
right.
nowhere.
So when we say ATA, for those of you that may not be familiar, I know we got some people that are a little bit newer. It's the Archery Trade Association. They have a show every year in January. It was this past weekend up in Indianapolis, and we had some awards and we had some news, and we reached out to some people. But I'll start off with the awards here that came out of the show, which again was in
Well, first
Indianapolis.
explain the ATAs like what it is.
So basically, ATA is an archery trade association where it's not open to the public, but it's for the vendors where you can be media, bow companies, arrow makers, etc. Anybody that has to do with archery in a profession, they meet. You get to show off new products, launch new products. You can demo products like they had a shooting lane, etc. Um, So that's pretty much the gist of it. It's the only archery only trade show that I am aware of. And again, it's up there in Indianapolis. And every year since 2019, they've been having some awards up there. So I'm gonna share this so you can see it here. So this came out on January 9th. So the new product launch award winners from this year's ATA show. We have a gold winner, which goes to Expedition Archery for their X-Lite 32 bow. Then we have a company named Striver Gear for their quick release binder harness, won the silver. Bronze went to, I believe that's Nilchi, wind detector accessory holder. But the one that you're probably going to be interested in, there are 6 specific award categories. And so Best New Bow also goes to Expedition Archery for the X-Lite 32. Best New Broadhead went to Fairdyne Outdoors for the Rage Hypo 2 Broadhead. Best New Release Overalls, the True Ball and XL Archery Aileron Flex. Best New Technology, Trophy Scan mobile app, which I think we all probably agree if you're familiar with that one. Best New Gear, Artisan Inc. Nested 15-liter pack. Best New Accessory, Tethered Limb Saw. This is from the ATA president. He says, new product innovation is the backbone of archery and the bow hunting industry, and he's proud to recognize these award winners. Now, quick caveat to that is that not everybody. Did you put it up on the screen to show it?
I did, but it was real small. You couldn't read it.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'll try and get it.
Are you good?
Zoom in on it next time. But caveat with that, like not every bow company presents or had a booth. I believe we have a list of the bow companies that were there this year. Notably, let's start with who was not.
What was it?
who was not there this year.
Matthews, Hoyt.
Matthews was not. Hoyt was not there. As far as bow manufacturers, the list that I got is Bear, Darton, Martin, Obsession, Expedition, Prime, Bowtech, and PSC were at the show. It's sponsored by Mossy Oak, but let's start with this bow of the year. What do y'all think about Expedition and the XL32? Any thoughts,
It's
fella?
it's trash. It's the same bow that they've been putting out for 5 years. They just finally put it in a 32 ATA. That's the only thing they did. Yes,
All right.
they've been dangling with that magnesium stuff for a while. I think they were the first to try it. But if you go over to the Bowtech, the new Virtue they just put out, if you know magnesium, it's got a lot of vibration in it. Bowtech took it, made it where there's no vibration. So if you're like an AT, like a 3D shooter, and you're shooting a magnesium bow, it's not going to give you any back feed. So when they did this, it's literally the same bow they've been putting out for 5 years. They just put it in a 32 ATA. It's the same exact bow, no change. So I don't understand how they won. That's my 2 cents.
Well, I mean, I can tell you, it's just process of elimination because the best boat companies weren't there.
I mean, that's subjective.
So it's easy to win when you're the only one that only bow there, or only bow company ever released a bow.
Bowtech was there though, right?
Yeah. Bowtech was there, but I mean,
was there as well.
Bowtech should have got
it.
The new Virtue they just come out with, that probably would have, that in my opinion, that's the bow of the year.
But then I think you got to ask, like, what is the criteria for the winner? Like, what are they looking at and saying, all right, this is how we scoring this bow? Because it seems to me they're just like, well, let's throw Expedition a bone. Because I don't know anybody that shoots an Expedition. I've never seen Expedition in the wild. None of that.
No, I've never seen
Until
anybody
last
shoot
week,
one.
I'd never heard of them. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. And, me saying I haven't heard of anything is not words to be impressed by because I'm still new. But yeah, until last week, I've never heard of them.
No, I know the reason I know them is because they used to be here out of South Dakota. They were down in Yankton, South Dakota. So it was the factory was literally like an hour from my house, and then they moved to wherever they are now. So they moved the company a couple of years ago. But I said I can't see them having bow of the year when you got the Prime Form out there. You got the Matthews Live series out there. You got the Hoyts out there. I mean, I can name several of the bows that not only are popular because the consumers say they are, but just based off people using it in name recognition.
Yeah, so just to give some context here, what I was able to find while we were talking, you guys were talking about that. The new product launch showcase awards is open to any exhibitor who launches a product at the ATA show and submits their product in the new product launch showcase. A panel of industry experts reviews the entries, give a gold, silver, and bronze award to companies for their new product design, innovation, and ability to meet customer demands.
So it goes to anybody who releases their product.
So the key thing is that you have to launch the product at the show and submit the product. So that would explain why somebody like a Bowtech may not have won because
they didn't release
launch
it at the show
prior to the show.
Yeah.
Oh man, that tricks the people because like
Right.
if you're someone that's new to archery and you're looking at you're online, you come across ATA article and you see bow of the year, you're going to assume like this is the industry leader right here.
Well, let's not assume. We have somebody that's kind of newer. If you saw that, Sharinda, what would you think if you saw that article and you didn't know any better? What would you think from your perspective? Is she froze?
I think she froze.
Hey, NC Bowhunter said
is that still?
Can you hear me?
He was
Yeah,
there.
we can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry. I would have to say I would kind of question that because I've never heard of them. I don't see them marketing, and like Trey mentioned earlier, I've never seen anybody use that bow. Never seen a hashtag, never seen anybody doing a review calling it a great bow. I would think that they probably paid for that award too.
Yeah. So, but if okay, so say you never heard, like you were brand new to archery, and you were just scrolling the internet and you came across that article and you saw that Expedition had the bow of the year. What would be your first thoughts as someone who was like had no idea about the industry?
How? Like I'd be like, how did they get bow of the year? What have they done? Like, what is so innovating about this? And why am I not hearing the professional range Rambos out there ranting and raving about how great this bow is and doing the classic "Let's get to it" on YouTube? I haven't seen anything about them with anybody doing a review.
Well, no, because I mean, apparently they just launched a bow at the show, so
So that's part of the criteria is that you have to be, if I understand this right, and I'm reading this directly from the Archery Trade Association's website, that the product new product launch showcase awards is open to any exhibitor. So you have to be at the show, launch a product at the show, and submit the product into the product launch showcase. So I mean, this could be a situation where how much are these awards worth? We don't really know what the other bow companies are thinking. They cared enough to show up, but most of the bows are
Yeah.
launched prior to this trade show. Most of them come out in November, December timeframe, right?
yeah.
And they literally just launched it like right during the show. How
Yeah,
that
but
doesn't make
and I
sense.
want to say too, like Wild Game James said in the chat, like if like we're talking about like if you're brand new to archery and an organization that deems themselves the Archery Trade Association, you were looking at them as the experts, you would think that you're going to probably want to go check out this bow. Like at first instinct, if I don't know anything about them, it's just like Motor Trend for vehicles, right? Like Motor Trend car of the year, truck of the year. I'm gonna go check it out and see, even though I pretty much know what I'm gonna do. Like it's kind of like what Trey was alluding to is that it becomes a little misleading, right?
Hmm.
Because bow of the year, there's no caveat with it. It just says bow, not bow of the year at the Archery Trade Association show. It's just bow
Right.
of the year, period.
Period.
No context. If you
No
just come
context.
across that, you're going to think that this is vetted. And let's just go ahead and lead into the other part of the discussion. Like when we talked about this yesterday with me and the Trey and the fellas, is that there seem I'm gonna ask this question to the chat before I even get into this. As archers and people in this industry, anybody that's here in this chat, what is your and I'm gonna open it up to everybody here too. What is your opinion of the Archery Trade Association show? Period. Let's just start there before I get into anything else. What is your unbiased, straight up? If somebody asks you, what do you think about ATA and the trade archery trade show? What is your opinion?
Oh, it's just a networking event. It has nothing to do, and this is my opinion. It has nothing to do with like launching or introducing a new product, because you're only introducing a new product to other companies that are there, podcasters and influencers that are there, and then just I guess that's it, because that's all that's there.
That's
No,
all it's there.
There is
Will, so what you think?
the public isn't allowed to come anymore, so it's not so
Yeah,
it's not.
hold on. We gonna get there. See, Will, what's your opinion, just as you
My,
are who you are in this industry?
I'm with Trey, man. It's a big networking event because I mean, if you wanted real opinions on a lot of this stuff that they're releasing, you would let the public come in, give their 2 cents about it. But they only let people, who own bow companies and are, sponsored by these bow companies come in there. So, in my opinion, you don't really care about what the public thinks. You just want to, make sure your archers are taken care of, your pro staff are taken care of, so they can get in there and see the new stuff they're about to get to put on their new boats. You've got to let the public in, like the NWTF does. You've got to let the public in.
So North Carolina Bowhunter in the chat says he's been going since 2017 and it's been downhill. And yeah, we know it's not a consumer show. And that's kind of what I'm leading to. But before we do that, we reached out to Dustin over at Ullers Archery, or I reached out to him to get his thoughts as a small business in this industry, and as a business in this industry. And the first thing he said to me was, and I quote, "I would love to attend the event, but until our company crosses a specific financial milestone, it's incredibly difficult to justify the cost of the event. If the costs were lower for smaller companies, the show could grow 10 times to what it is currently." And then he goes on to list several pros and cons. So quickly, I'll go over it without getting into the bullet points. He said the pros are networking opportunities, exposure to new products, educational resources, and industry advocacy. Moving on to the cons, he cites high cost, limited consumer interaction, the competitive environment, and the time commitment that it takes to prepare and attend for the show. And he
Mhm.
says, my final thoughts is that the ATA show offers valuable opportunities for networking, education, and industry support, but it also presents challenges related to cost, consumer engagement, and competition. Careful consideration of these factors is essential for determining the event's suitability for your business. And again, that's from Dustin Lovell, the CEO of Ullers Archery.
Nah, he ain't said nothing but facts.
Yeah.
It's facts.
Big
Because like
fact.
I know the guy that owns the boat shop I go to, Kim, he said like in the past it was worth going to because not only could you get your orders, but you know you got good discounts. You know, they had show discounts. So but now it's the same thing. It's the same, they're offering you the same prices as if you didn't go to the show. So it's really not worth going to. And I think we read what they highly, you know, discourage taking orders.
So again, in the rules, it says, and I'm quoting this from the website, on that from the exhibitor terms and conditions PDF. It says this is an order writing show, and the direct sale of goods to attendees is strongly discouraged. If an exhibitor engages in on-site transactions, the exhibitor will be responsible for complying with all federal, state, and local laws regarding sales tax and laws that may pertain to such sales. So, like, there you can get orders, but the direct sale is strongly discouraged, and that's straight from their PDF for the exhibitor terms and conditions on the
Yeah.
Archery Trade
So
Association
if
site.
I'm a bow shop, is it worth me leaving my shop for a weekend to go?
Not if you're a small bow shop.
Yeah.
If you're a big name, absolutely. But if you're a small bow shop, man, there's no, unless you got somebody running the shop for you while you gone, there's no point in you going.
No, because all I can do is I can pick up the phone and call my arrow dealer and say, hey, I need XYZ. Because it's not like I'm going to get a show discount for going to the ATAs.
Right.
They do promote that one of the things that they advertise in the about section about the show is that they do mention the deals that can be had at the show. How much of that is actually happening and actually translating, I can't really say for sure, but I think the consensus is that this show has benefits, but it could be better with certain changes. Personally, I would love to see, I think like the networking is great, but like Dustin was saying, like at the same time, like I'm there against my competitors, right?
Right.
Like these are the same people that I'm fighting for with the same customers. I think that if it was more of a consumer show, or maybe that's just what the industry needs, is a consumer show, because it's a reason that people like Matthews, people like Hoyt, and some other companies don't show up. And it's also, in my opinion, this is just me, a reason why I had to jump through so many hoops to figure out who actually exhibited at the show and to get that vendor list, which wasn't a list, it's the floor map, and you have to control F and slide your way around it. Like there was no like way for me to actually find out like who was going to be there just looking at industry research. I mean, show research. So I'm putting myself in Dustin's shoes as an owner of an archery company or a small business. Like when I'm trying to do my research, like who's going to be there, and stuff like that would matter. So maybe if you reach out, I don't know, but there's also the fact that there's cost associated. You have to be a Archery Trade Association member first and foremost, which ranges anywhere. Trey and Courtney, we looked it up from $200 for a nonprofit to $600 if you're a media or a podcast. So if New Jack Archers wanted to go, that's a $600 price tag.
Yep.
And then you're talking about you still have to get the booth, you still got to travel, you still got to get your marketing materials and everything. And Dustin talked about it from Ula's Archery as well. Like there's the cost benefit analysis. Like, so I posed the question to you all in the chat: what can I do that I can't do on Instagram? Everybody's talking about networking, right? I can reach out and connect the folks on Instagram. A face-to-face does count. I'm not discounting that, but I think the potential is there for this show to be better. Like, I just want to see what everybody's talking about, how y'all feel about that specifically.
No,
And more importantly, like, why not allow the consumer in? Like, I feel like they're missing a mark there.
You got to let the consumer in. It's like I go to the NWTF show every year, man, and they gave you a pamphlet as soon as you walk in the door that's got every vendor list that's in there, where they're located. So you can go in there, you can talk to people about new products or whatever, and let the consumer have it, hands on, look at it, see if they want to buy it, whatever. If you don't let the consumer in, man, you're kind of in the dark. You see it online, it's a lot different than you hold it in your hand.
Oh no, definitely. It's just like every year I go to the Iowa Deer Classic, and man, when I tell you, they open the doors up at 9:00, and by 6:45, 7:00, you have 400 or 500 people already lined up outside the door. And I think last year at like 10:30, they had already let in like I want to say like 15,000 people. I mean, it was crazy. But you got face to face with the consumer, the person who's actually going to be buying your product. And I get it that at ATAs you have the people who can be selling your product, but it's not the same as having the people that's actually going to be buying it and using it in the field. You know what I'm saying? And I think customers get speaking just for me, when I can actually get face to face to somebody who actually made my site, I'm more likely to buy that site because there's a history, there's a story behind it.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. You got to let the consumer get in there. You got to. What up, Chris?
What's up? How are you doing?
Good.
What's happening, Chris?
Doing good. Doing pretty good. So I was watching y'all, listening to you on the way home. Talking about the consumer, right? Is that
Yeah.
I couldn't hear him. What did he say? I'm sorry, Chris.
Talking about just trying to catch up, talking about the consumer.
Oh, we're talking about the Archery Trade Association show. So we gave a rundown of the awards that were handed out, but then we got to talking about basically how the show can be better and what we think the pros and cons of the show are. Is where we were because, and right now specifically, we're like, why not allow the consumer? Because as you'll see on Instagram, people in the chat are saying like, I can't pronounce that, Enzins. Allowing the consumer would help companies get their name out there. Wild Game James, like, why not add that revenue in? I think I spoke to Trey and Courtney and like the other day. Like, why not? If you charge $5, $10 a head, like I think Iowa Deer Classic, what, $20, Trey, for media?
Yep, $20 for media.
Like, why not? Because like everybody is saying that you can network and you can take orders, but is your competitor really going to be the one that's ordering your product? Like, what? I don't see the benefit to, if I was the small business owner, going to that show and exhibiting. Maybe somebody can correct me, and I'm more than open to being wrong. So that's where we are, Chris.
Okay. I mean, personally, I don't like going against big boxes. I go against other small businesses and basically try to look at a competitive advantage, and then whatever that is, that's what I try to basically find the niche in the market, no matter what it is. But you have to find your own style. Like, we're all around the U.S., so it's going to be different from state to state.
Yeah. So now, like, are you familiar with the Archery Trade Association show?
Yeah.
Okay, so like a show like that where it's basically industry folk, no consumers are allowed. Do you feel like that's worth your time as the business owner? Do you feel like that's worth it? Because the competitive advantages, I can't think of what it would be in a room with just you and other competitors. Like if the consumer was there, it's a different thing, but that's not how the show is currently set up.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't typically go, because I don't think that I have enough competitive advantage. And let's just say the target audience is going to be the same people, and I'm not going to have a competitive advantage. So I typically don't go to those things. I go to local ones, but not like national ones, because
The local ones that you go to, are the consumers allowed in those?
on certain days they are.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Uller just said the client engagement drives more for business growth versus the industry insider trade shows. So typically, the larger companies overshadow the smaller guys like us. So yeah, what he's saying is like you can go to like the ATAs, but if you are a small independent, shop, or you're a small independent arrow maker, you're gonna get overshadowed by the gold tips and the Eastons um and the victories. So it's without having it's gonna be hard to compete when you at those big trade shows. So as a smaller company, you want to go somewhere where you got where the big guys are not going to be at, because you don't get overshadowed and you get that face-to-face time with them.
Yeah, you're gonna have
I'm
go tips gonna be have a big booth, and Ullers is gonna be in the corner and with a small booth over by the bathrooms, and ain't nobody gonna go over there.
Yeah.
That's just how it's gonna go.
Wild Game James, he says we really need to get one of these brands on to understand why they are seeing it as a positive event. And I agree, because Chris said it. Everybody's target audience is the same, right? Like that's the part that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around. If it's just me and my competitors in a room, like, and you sell arrows, I sell arrows, I'm not getting an order from you. You're not getting an order from me. And okay, we can exchange information, but unless we're going to collaborate on an arrow or something, like I'm failing to. And it could be me being narrow and short-sighted. Again, I'm more than open to being wrong. I just want to have a conversation. Like I really would like to see what the actual benefit is. Like that's a very good point.
I mean, I can see a benefit of being like, if you're, say, a small site company, and you make really good sites. The only benefit I could see is one of a guy like Chris B or Levi Morgan walk by your booth, and you get to sparking up a conversation, and he throws your sight on one of his bows, or you let him shoot your bow with your sight on it, and he starts to like it. Well, now you just had the interaction with someone that's prominent in the industry. Other than that, I don't see a reason to go. Like if I'm going to a show, I want consumers to be there because I want to be able to pitch and sell my product to them. I'm not looking to pitch and sell my product to someone that's in the industry doing the same thing that I'm doing. I think the NC Bowhunter said that's why Harrisburg is so big. I think it's the Great American Outdoor Expo. That's why it's so big, because you got everybody there, but it's 2 weeks long, and you get thousands and thousands of consumers coming through there. So not only are you getting your name in front of all those people, but you're also could potentially land some sales.
Right.
So I mean, it's the same thing. Like not just with arrows. We have a company that's here, small time bowstring company. Dude kind of started at his house, getting bigger, and a lot of people use him here. But he can't compete with ABB's gas bowstrings, or I was like, he just can't compete with like the big box bowstring companies, because he's a local, and yeah, he's local here, but so he can't go to a big show.
Hey, Wild Game James said, but will Levi switch and give up the Matthews money? Well, he switched from Gold Tip. He left Gold Tip and went elsewhere. So I mean, if the money's right, he'll leave Matthews.
I mean,
that's the bottom line right there. You just said the magic words.
Yep. He left Gold Tip. I didn't think he was ever going to leave Gold Tip, but he did.
Yeah, well, Tanya Gillington just left Darden too, and then went to Hoyt.
Went to Hoyt, yep.
Why?
That just happened this year.
So do you guys think that when they make moves like that, that affects the sales too?
Oh, absolutely, 1,000%.
Absolutely. If Levi went, if Levi went and signed with Darton tomorrow, Darton sales would go through the roof. Just because it's Levi, they want the best. They want the best bow, and Levi's one of the best shooters, so they're going to be like, man, this must be the best bow out if Levi's making it switch. Not thinking of how much money Darton's going to have to give him to leave Matthews.
Yeah, and I mean, just like if Chris B was started making grips for Bowtech and came out in a Bowtech video, all those people like they're going to move on over as well. Like, it absolutely has an impact.
Yeah, I mean, he already left. He left Matthews to go to Elite, and then he came back to Matthews. So,
and if you look at like Levi Morgan, so do you know like Levi Morgan doesn't shoot paper anymore? He only shoots 3D.
Yeah, he shoots the ASA, mostly the ASA circuit.
Yeah, the ASA. He doesn't shoot any paper. He used to go back and forth, and he stopped that I think maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and he's not shooting paper whatsoever anymore.
Well, so, he never won Vegas, did he?
No.
That's probably why. He was like, I ain't gonna win Vegas, so I'm gonna go back to 3D.
Well, he feels like he's better at it. I mean, he can win 3D. He's won a lot of 3D stuff.
Yeah, he had.
He doesn't want
back and we can do that. He can shoot.
Different. And he just thought it threw his whole hunting, his whole 3D shot process off. And so he said he would never shoot paper. So if you look at like Levi Morgan, you know that he's only going to shoot half the tournaments of the year like most pro shooters do because he's not shooting paper.
Because he's not shooting paper, yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah. But he's worth it.
Oh, he's absolutely worth it. Dude can shoot. Dude's a beast. Can't deny that.
Yeah.
NC Bowhunter said he makes more money shooting 3D. Yeah, he probably does.
Yeah, he does.
I wouldn't shoot no more paper either if that was the case.
No, not at all.
Wouldn't shoot no paper. I mean, anybody got any more thoughts about the Archery Trade Association and the show? Like, would y'all like to see anything different?
I mean, the only thing I want to see different is like let the people in, like let the consumers come in, open it up to the public, and you can do it just for 1 year and see what the outcome is. It wouldn't hurt because like I can't see of any what you call it, any cons to it. Because like if you
disadvantages to it.
Yeah, there's really no disadvantages because if you want to open it, like not open it up, but if you want to have it where you want your like the retailers to be able to make orders and stuff like that, they can do that in the booth, or you can set up a day where retailers, this is the day where we're going to be taking orders, and after this day, we're going to do orders, but we'll do them in like a conference room or something. Other than that, it's open to the public, and we want to get face-to-face interaction with the customers.
He said, I'll say this. It was the most diverse ATA I ever been to.
Diverse how? Can you tell me, are we talking about types of companies? What are we speaking of? I just want to be clear.
I was wondering the same thing. What type of
bow hunter again? North Carolina bow hunter 88.
I think he's probably saying there was a lot more of us there this year than it's ever been.
I don't know. I ain't gonna put my words in his mouth. I'll wait and see what he has to say. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I ain't gonna put the cart before the horse on that one. But,
now, did each of you go, or just a couple of you?
No, I didn't go at all. I'm getting all my information from people that were there. So like the guy that owns my boat shop, he went, so he was filling me in on everything.
Yeah, mine too. One of the guys on one of the boat shops I go to, he went and was kind of giving me a rundown of everything. He said ethnicity and companies.
Yeah, I see both. Yeah, I know Corey. I know Corey Anderson was there as well.
Yeah, Corey was there.
That's pretty cool seeing that.
I'm trying to see so I can get.
But
Corey
as far as one of the things that like I like to see change, I like to see maybe the time of year change, and I like to see all the bow companies. If we're gonna do it, let's launch our bows at the show. Like I would like to see something like that. They probably won't do it. That's a stretch. That's a long shot. But I would like to have all the flagship equipment, everything under one roof. Let the consumers in. We can get our hands on it. We can try it, and we can really, really make some informed decisions. Which, if anybody don't have anything else, could lead us into our next topic that I believe Sharinda has spoke to Trey about, was how do you pick some of your gear that you use?
So
Yeah,
with
because
me,
I'm still struggling with that.
it's trial and error. It sucks because it can get really expensive, but really it's just trial and error. Or if you have a good pro shop that'll just let you try anything, like, hey, can I like try this new release, or hey, can you let me test this out? That's a good way. Other than that, it's gonna be trial and error, just spending your money and using it, not liking it, and hoping you can resell it, or you be like me and just
Well,
have a box
I
full
don't
of
have
releases.
any issues with the trial and error. That's actually the fun part for me. It's been like not knowing of the things. Like I didn't realize I have a thumb release that I borrowed and I'm never returning. I stole it from my friend. Um Love it. Like when I first got started, everybody was telling me to get the one with the wrist, and I got it, and I hated it, and it just didn't work for me. And people thought that was strange since I shoot pistol and rifle a lot that I would be used to the trigger. I like the thumb release. Well, I just found out a few months ago that the thumb releases, they have the ones that hook onto the D loop and can hang there. And I was like, huh, if I'd have known about that, when I had money to just fluff off, I would have went ahead and invested in that then. Versus, I mean, this has been great, but it's like, all right, now I got to sit up here and do the research between the different brands. But we're talking, they're $300 a piece for the ones that I've been looking at. I don't necessarily think I need to have a $300 one. It's like, can I, and I don't want to necessarily go talk to the archery store because they're going to want to try to sell me the $300 one. I want to talk to people that have actually used them and can give me opinion. Well, yeah, this $300 one is great, but this one's good too for 200. You just may need to do this little tweak to it. That's the kind of information I need.
Yeah, so like when it comes to research, like there's two parts. Researching what you need to have, and then you got the researching of the different companies. And a big part of that for me is finding a bow shop, like you said, that you can trust. That's not just trying to sell you something, but that's trying to actually help you out and be a part of your journey and a part of your process. Like that's the trickiest part to it. And then, like Trey said, it's just gonna be a lot of trial and error. Like, but I will say, when it comes to archery, you get what you pay for. It holds pretty true.
Yep.
It's a reason why those releases have that price tag and they can hardly keep them in stock. And there's a reason why, like regular people, and I'm not even talking about the influencers, use them. Like I'm talking about, like what release does everybody on here shoot? For me, I shoot the Ultra View. I shoot the Ultra View, the stainless steel, the more expensive one. It's quality, it works, the adjustability, hands down. Like I probably won't ever use another one.
I got the Hotspot X Spot. It's metal, it's heavy, and I really
Quality, right?
it's good quality, but it's heavy, and I know it's in my pocket, or I know where it is on my body at all times. Otherwise, I lose it or leave it behind.
I keep mine clipped on my rangefinder. It has a loop, the FHS. It got a little loop there, so I just lock it on there. So long as I got my bino harness on, I'm never gonna leave it. What you shooting,
Well, I can
Chris?
tell you.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad. Go
Chris,
ahead,
go ahead.
Chris.
What I was gonna say, man. A couple years ago when I was shooting the SA circuit, it's all 3D, and just having those OGs there that are trying to help you out, they'll let you, use their equipment, see what works for you and see what don't. But when it comes down to it, like Trey said, it's all trial and error. And I can't tell you how much I spent on arrows and different stabilizers and different sights until I figured out what I really wanted. So
So
go ahead,
And I'm
Trey.
sorry, Chris, which one did you say you shot again? Just out of curiosity.
So I have two. I have a stand back tension, and then I have the True Ball Goat, which is a thumb release or a back tension. It's interchangeable, which, like you said, it's super expensive, but it's actually 2-in-1 because you can shoot either. You can make it either or a thumb release or a back tension. So Paige Pierce uses it. She uses it in the back tension form. I normally use that one in a thumb release form, but I have a stand back tension too.
Okay. See, I didn't even know that was even an option.
What'd you say, Jay?
Is it one of the newer stands, or you got the Perfects? I think one of those stands, like, they stopped making, and I couldn't get it, man. I had lost it, and I was a little tight about it. I couldn't find it.
I'm glad you brought that up. I got the new one because I used to have the prefix. I lost it at a Total Archery Challenge. I was eating my sandwich and somehow sat it down and lost it.
Yeah.
You can't
That's
buy
the thing with them handheld releases, man. That's why, like, now I'm religious about it. Like, that little loop on the side of my rangefinder, I clip it there, lock it, and when I get to where I'm gonna be hunting at, I go ahead and put it on the D loop. But, like, that's the one thing about the handheld versus the wrist. Like, it's never gonna leave your wrist. It's there.
Yeah.
I had a true ball that you could fold back, but my problem with that, it just wouldn't never sit in the same spot on my wrist no matter what I did. Like, my anchor wasn't consistent. Switching to a handheld was the best thing that I've done.
That's what I do.
Release.
Hey, there's this equipment that you actually attach your thumb release or back tension to your bow, and I think it's made
advanced outdoor technology.
Yep, ADT.
Yeah, I've looked up them, and I would definitely look into getting that. But unfortunately, my thumb release is so old and discontinued. It's not even an option for it.
No, call him because he can alter the mounts for your release.
See, here's the thing: do I want to spend money and invest it on that, or do I want to get a new release, or do I want to get another my flagship bow? I don't even want to waste his time having him make something for this when I know I'm going to end up switching it out.
I'll tell you my opinion. It don't make sense to have a flagship bow and dollar store accessories. You can't have no 5 and below accessories with a flagship.
No, I got you. I would definitely get that once I got another bow, but it's like bother him and spend $60 for have him make an attachment or see if he can redesign it, or should I just I might as well just get the release and deal with that later.
I mean, don't get on Temu. Ask Trey about that.
Yeah,
Temu release.
We're not even doing that.
I actually think I saw that video.
Not doing that. Buy American made. Donate to the Pittman Robinson Fund. Temu on it. No more.
I promise, my life flashed before my eyes when I got halfway here.
That's what
and
you
that
get.
joker just pow! I mean, just broke.
You got what you deserved. You got exactly what you deserved.
No,
you made it out the other side, but don't do that no more.
No, there was a reason I was doing it. I had 5 American made releases, and then I had 5 Temu releases, and I was going to say, are the high dollar releases? No, all the Temu releases just as good as the high dollar releases.
That man was trying to bow his bow up.
You should have let the Pigment Challenge do that challenge.
No, I should have got my little project bow and shot instead of having my main Jane.
Yeah, you should have went to the pawn shop and got your little pawn shop bow and try that out on.
Hey,
you should have Genesis bow is what you should have used.
And but don't sleep on the pawn shop bows because I didn't find like 4 or 5 treasures at the pawn shop.
Yeah, I know.
Your pawn shops is different, son. Like, you getting all this fantastic camera stuff. Like, I'm about to start asking some questions, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna stall. I'm gonna stall you out because you my mans, but like, my pawn shop is gonna be pawning like your pawn shops. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, y'all need to get with the Venmo connection.
Hey, put it down, yo. Like,
Look
every
at that.
time I talk to you, you got some crazy camera accessories.
Look at that.
Like,
$55. This lens is a $600 lens.
Listen,
$600 lens.
We were talking about the wire before the show started.
The pawn shop.
Courtney, remember we were talking about the wire before the show started? Remember the
Right.
season when it was at the port?
Oh yeah, and they was
The port is Trey's pawn shop. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's great.
I ain't gonna
He
say
just
nothing
gonna
else.
rub it in.
He got so many like I'm sick of him. Like
he got a
next
little
topic.
little crackhead that comes up to her, hey bro, I got some camera equipment today. What you got? What you need?
Hey,
Cheeseburger.
don't forget, I don't know about y'all area, but our Targets here be putting camera stuff on stupid clearance. That's how I got my camera. I got a $200 lens for like
Absolutely not. Ain't
40
nothing on
bucks.
clearance in Target. I love Target like everybody else, but ain't nothing on clearance in there.
Not at y'all's?
Not at
No.
mine.
No, my
Mine's
Target
all
got
day.
no.
I got
Target and
$800
clearance
worth of
don't even go together.
camera
You said you ain't need
for
Walmart.
$120 last year.
Man, you got lucky.
Yeah, for sure. It must
You know
be
Jesus was shining on me.
But hey, Jay, I'm glad you brought that up though. And about the buying overseas products, they don't pay the Pittman Robinson. So like when you get on Temu and you want to buy a ground blind or you want to buy broadheads, which I don't know who using broadheads off Temu, but I know people are doing it. Or
Stop.
even releases.
If you're doing it, stop.
You got to stop because last year,
hey, we need a hotline. Only you can prevent broadhead accidents. It's like smoke. We need a Smokey the Bear for
Only you
Temu. This is
prevent forest fires.
Yeah,
but
like this is out of line. Temu broadheads ain't even that expensive. Come on, man.
Yeah, but it's hard when you get someone they look at it and it's like, man, I can get 20 broadheads for $5, or I can get 3 for 40. If you hard on gas,
and you're gonna miss 20 deer too.
Even I have not done that.
You're gonna miss 20 deer too. Keep on.
But last year, Pittman Robinson lost like $20 million.
Yeah, they lost $20 million because of that.
People buying overseas, buying outdoor products overseas because those companies do not pay in the Pittman Robinson. So like, even though the deals look good, they don't pay into the Pittman Robinson. So that's less money going into conservation and educational programs and stuff like that. So there is a downside to buying the Temu.
Hey, explain the Pittman Robinson Act. People don't know, Trey.
Well, you asking me to explain something I don't even know about. I know what I know is
the short of it is it's like a percentage of our hunting license sales, ammunition sales, everything related to the outdoors. A certain percentage of that goes into a fund that's allocated for public lands and giving back to conservation and all the things that we hold dear. Everybody here in this show, like that's the short version of it. Don't quote me on the specifics, but it's absolutely an important part of why we are even allowed to do what we do when it comes to public lands and enjoy the things that we do. Is absolutely, absolutely important. A lot of things like couldn't be funded if it wasn't for that act and the various conservation organizations that we have. That's the short of it.
That's the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a crammer, baby. Cliff Notes for the end.
That's a good version because it was going to be better than what I was going to say.
Hey.
Well, at least you wasn't faking us out. No, I appreciate the honesty instead of you pretending like you knew what you was talking about.
No,
hey, battle, cover me while I move. My military people will understand that, man. You know what I'm saying? Cover me while I move, baby. I got you. I'm here.
If I don't know, I'm gonna let you know. And I it's like
I'm up. He sees me. I'm down.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you, baby.
You hear it all the time. Pittman Robinson. You hear it, but you don't really know what it is. But you know that it's got to be good because everybody's always talking about it.
So did you look at the one question is like, what does that say about the prices of the domestic product?
Wait, say it again.
Say one more time. You was a little low.
What does that say about the prices of the domestic product?
Oh, you want to go down the hole? How deep you want to go?
That's Wild Game James.
Hold on. Let me see if you. I'm gonna see how. What do you mean the prices of the domestic products? We can go anywhere you want to go, but I'm gonna give you the opportunity to put a box around it. What do you mean as far as the prices? What are you getting at?
Well,
you want to leave it open?
You looking at me? I was like, that was Wild Game James that brought up.
Yeah, Wild Game James. Oh, Lou, what you talking about, bro?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the chat. I just heard you talking. So
no. I get what he's saying. He's saying is if over in China they can sell it, 20 broadheads for $5, what is it saying about the high prices we have over here.
Oh,
Do
they
we
price
really want
gouging.
to? Do we really want to have it? It's not pricey.
Because I'll be real with you.
Right, to say price gouging is not fair. I feel
Well,
like the
I wouldn't
government has a
say.
responsibility to make
Yeah.
it more advantageous for these companies to manufacture here on home soil than it is in China. You have to pay all of these things, and it's people are in business to make a profit and to survive. If you're being penalized for making products here at home, and you can go and make the same product and import it back into the States overseas cheaper. It's the same reason Nike make their shoes in Bangladesh, Indonesia, China, whatever. Like, that's not really on the companies. It's a systematic issue with the way that things operate in this country as a whole. My opinion, I'm not going down the politics rabbit hole, but there's some things that need to change here, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I would
Yeah,
say,
he said if we're losing 20 mil to Timu, absolutely it's too expensive.
yeah.
But I was just speaking to why the things are so expensive. A lot of it, I think people want to blame it on capitalism, but that's the people that just look at it surface level. They don't really deep dive into the tariffs, the taxes, and all that, what it really costs to manufacture something here because of what the government mandates that you have to do to manufacture something here. And there's a lot of work that can be done in that space, but that's not the current space that we are in, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, but how many of these companies are actually manufacturing their broadheads or their equipment in the U.S.?
In the U.S.,
I literally
That's what
just
I was
said,
about to-
like, they're not, because it's not advantageous to do so. To do so would mean putting food on your table for your family and surviving, or not. It's more advantageous to make it somewhere else and import it. And that's a problem that needs to be addressed in Washington, D.C. And somebody needs to not just give lip service, and they really need to give a damn and do something about it. Like, if you're in a business to make money, you got to play what they say. Don't hate the player, hate the game. The game is it's expensive to produce homegrown items right now,
It is.
and that's just what it is. Why that
Mhm.
is, I don't want to get too deep into that here because this ain't what we really do. But it's a thing, and I think everybody on here knows.
Well, it's the saying that it goes that I kind of live by: buy low, sell high.
Yeah, true. But here's the thing, though.
Raw materials, like here, like you can't buy it low here. Like you gotta buy it low. Why don't we
You
have
gotta
it
buy
low
it
here?
low overseas.
You gotta buy
Yeah,
it low
right.
somewhere else.
But here's the thing, though. Say a guy wants to shoot a Swacker broadhead. You can literally go to Temu or Alibaba, type in Swacker broadhead, and you will literally get a Swacker broadhead that doesn't say Swacker. It's the
It
same
don't say
broadhead.
swagger on it. It's the same broadhead.
It's the same thing.
It's just like the knockoff Nikes that are made in the same factory, the same blueprint. One's sanctioned by Nike and one isn't. But the bigger problem is, like, why do people feel the need to do that? And who is going to do something about bringing manufacturing back and being self-sustainable here in this country? Like, this is not a political show. I'm not going down that road, but some things need to change. And if we're going to all be honest about it, you know why they're doing it. We talk about it offline. Like, we know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because I mean, the other day we did it. We typed in Sika in not Temu, but
You
in
have the
Alibaba, and literally the whole Sika outfit, waiters and all, for 120. You get the jacket, the pants, the mid layer, boots, and everything for $120. And it's like, that's Sika. It just don't say Sika. It's the same.
It's like this Selena.
Chris, what you say?
I said Sika waiting for $1,000.
Yeah, not on Temu. It's 120. You get the whole outfit for 120.
We don't support buying on Timo here at the New Jack Archery. Buy at home, buy legally, so it gets the dollars go to conservation and the things that we like to do. Like, I just want to make that clear. That's the official stance of the New Jack Archers. We're going to get him off of Timo. Like, he's having withdrawals.
I like
Selena Archery. Was it Celinda Archery you was talking about the other day? Trade is basically a Hoyt for $400.
Yes, it's a Hoyt for $400. No, $200.
Yeah, it was way less than
Well,
400.
if
They had
you
the whole
get
kit with
if you
everything for like
if you get
169 on Amazon.
yeah, if you get the whole kit, it's like $400. But if you just buy the bow, it's like
Hey,
250.
Dorinda, thanks for joining. I see your chat that say you got to go. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll
Thank
catch
Thanks
you
for
next
letting me
time.
loiter. It's always a pleasure to pick y'all brains.
Hey, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
If
The
you got
phone
time
line's
to jump
always
back
open.
in after you get back done, come back and see us. We appreciate you.
I will. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in a few.
Peace.
Good night.
All right. Be
Good night.
careful.
But what you call it? I had a
Shout out,
man.
I never heard of this Hoyt for $400. Where's
Oh,
that?
Hold
yeah.
on. I'm gonna let him explain it. It's not actually a sanctioned Hoyt, but he'll
It's not
explain
a
it.
sanctioned Hoyt.
It's not a sanctioned Hoyt.
So there's
It's
a company called,
basically yeah. Go ahead, Trey.
yeah. There's a company over in China called Salida, and they sell a bow called the what
It's
is
a
that bow
dragon,
called?
I think.
Keep
Yeah,
talking. Trey. I got you.
It's called the 10, like the Dragon XR or something, but it's literally a Hoyt. It looks exactly like a Hoyt, but it's like $400.
And you get it in 2 months.
Nah, it's on Amazon, bro. Prime shipping. It's coming fast.
Yeah, you get the Joker in
Amazon.
about 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Dragon 10.
Yeah.
It's got an adjustable
Dragon
draw
10.
length
That's what I
all
thought.
the
Yeah,
way
that,
from like the everything that you would expect, like
I think it'll
from
go from all the way from was it 30?
it goes all the way from like 19 and 2/4 inch, 19 and a quarter to like 31 inches, because I remember saying that it didn't have enough draw length for me specifically.
Yeah, so if you look at the screen, Chris, that's
Yeah,
the
look at it.
Dragon 10.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's pretty much a Hoyt knockoff. And we
Yeah,
actually
and they advertise it as a flagship top of the line hunting bow for adults.
and we actually had a lady, she brought one into the shop. She bought one off Amazon, and she had Kim set it up for her. And after she left, we took that Joker apart. We took it apart, and he goes, I've seen enough bows. He goes, this is a Hoyt knockoff. And
Yeah, I mean,
bro, I watched her shoot it, and the Joker is fast and it's smooth.
Really?
and I'm in Texas, Chris, and I can get one to my door with free delivery on Prime on Monday. So like, this ain't like you waiting on the boat
Yeah, you can get
from
that Joker.
China, Alibaba shipping. Like, you can get it pretty much right now today, as my boy Kevin Gates would say, like in no time. And they sell a package for a lesser bow that's on sale for $169, and I can get free delivery Saturday morning by 11 a.m. Same company, pretty much the same bow. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the crazy part about it is, get on Amazon, people are buying them.
Well, because everyone buys from Amazon. That's one of the things that the small bow companies are or a small let's say bow shops are worried about, because everyone just goes to Amazon to buy stuff.
Yeah, but see, I've had this conversation with at our shop, and the problem is, and I'm not trying to bad talk these companies, but the margins aren't there. So I can either buy it from the bow shop for $40 to $50 higher, or I can go on Amazon and get it for $40, $50 cheaper, or I can go to the actual company's website and buy it cheaper.
I want to push back on that a little bit. I don't think your average bow consumer knows enough about bows that $40, $50 will make a difference.
I think it do. I think they do. It's not about. Hold on, wait. It's not about knowing. It's about saving $1.
No, it's not about saving $1. I don't think nobody is price shopping. I think it's about what we were talking about with the Archery Trade Association Awards. When you see Bow of the Year, from our self-proclaimed industry experts, you trust that. So when you go onto Amazon.com and type in compound bows, you trust that these are legit bows. And I'm speaking of people that don't know nothing about nothing. It's just a trust thing. Like most people, I don't even think that like if you like saw Mediator on Netflix or something, like most people don't even know like the bow shops exist. Like it's not as popular as gun stores or whatever the case may be, right? Like it's about the people that they shop on Amazon. They trust this product from Amazon, and that's where they're gonna go to get it. That's what I think it comes down to. I don't think it's a cost saving thing because the people that are really serious about it and do the actual research, they end up in proper bow shops and get proper guidance. I think it's just two mentalities of consumerism.
No, I know. I totally agree with you. But like when I'm volunteering out at the shop, I'll see guys come in and they'll look at, say, a QAD rest, and they'll lift it up, look at the price on the bottom, and then they'll go to their phone and I'll see them look it on Amazon, or they'll go to Google and they'll type it in and see where they can get it cheaper, and then they do this whole, hey, will you match this price? Well, no, we don't price match here.
Okay, but see, that's the thing though. That's what I'm talking about. Those people did enough research to know I need to go to a bow shop. Now, if you want to save $1 on a QAD rest or something that's an actual product, I'm okay with that. That's just good consumerism, right? I feel like if I can get this quality product for cheaper. I'm talking about the people that don't know what quality is, that will see something, hey, this bow is good. Hey, Amazon has this as the highest rated selling bows, and they trust that, not knowing any better. They don't know nothing about draw length. I'm talking about the people that don't do the research. Because you got to step back and think, we're the type of people, we do this. Like, we into this. Me, you, Chris, Courtney, the people that are watching this is what we do. Like, we all in, we dive into it. A lot of shoppers ain't like that, bro.
Hey, Jay, I think that's because we've been in it for a while. But the people that go to like Bass Pro or Sportsman's, Cabela's, they're not diving into it yet. They're just
they toe on the water.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. We saying the same thing. But what made you seek out a bow shop compared to going to a big box store? You did the extra research. You did the extra mile, right? Like, I feel like there's a difference.
I already had, one from Cabela's or Bass Pro.
Okay, so you had one from Cabela's and Bass Pro. But even that, I feel like it's safer than just popping into my computer. I want to shoot a bow. Oh, yeah. And you end up looking like what almost happened to Trey. You got a Temu release and some bullshit is happening. Excuse my French.
Bro, stop acting like I was going to Temu to find the release. I was doing a science project.
I was being funny. I know it was an experiment, but some people do that not being funny. Temu and Amazon is just what they know and what they trust is my point. They don't know any better. You don't have a mentor. You don't know nothing about hunting. You don't know nothing about bow hunting. Where are you going to get this information from? And I feel like that's why you need people like us that are on this platform, on this show, in these comments. Hey, Wild Jane, salute. But that's why you need people like us to kind of shepherd the flock a little bit. I'm not telling you need to shoot a Matthews because I do, but I'm telling you that you need to do some research, and make a quality decision if you're going to pursue this passion and take it serious. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think enough people are putting that information out there, because the fact that the archery section on Amazon is this big scares me. And the only legit company that I see on here is Bear.
That's it. Because, bro, you can get some, and I'm not going to lie, I've done it. I've gone to Amazon and bought some arrows because I was going to tack. Like, I don't want to buy no high-dollar arrows and lose them. So I went to Amazon, bought like 4 dozen, had them made up, and
that's different. Would you hunt with those?
No. Oh these arrows, yeah, I probably would. They were actually pretty decent.
There's no way I would hunt with them. So
I've been trying to get them.
No, they were pretty. No, they were decent. No, hey, check it. No, check it. Even the guy at my bow shop goes for some cheap. He goes for some cheap ass arrows. These are pretty legit.
But that's a gamble. Like, you won. You got lucky. That is not what we should be doing, and that's not what we should be promoting.
No, not at all. But I'm just saying, like, I was just trying it out, and I was like, what, 2 years?
Yeah, so you tried it out, but people will hear you say that and think that it's okay. You cannot say that and promote that to the masses, because that is not okay. Like Chris said, you would never do that. He wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Like somebody will literally hear you say that and think that's okay, not knowing what you know.
No,
That's
I'm
why
saying
be
like
careful about what we say and what we put out there, bro.
Yeah.
no. Listen, hold on. Check it out.
You're trying to say
Hold on. What you mean? Check it out. Are you pushing back on that?
I'm giving you the scenario situation.
I just want to be clear, like about what I'm saying.
I agree with you. You gotta watch what you say, because someone will hear me and look at it and say,
that's all I wanted to hear. I just wanted to clear that up because
Dreaded Archer is cool to buy arrows off Amazon. No, I would say, yeah, I got lucky because I just clicked some shit.
Yeah, but
I did zero.
Little Kit Kat that's watching this in Detroit gonna go, oh, I want to go order some arrows. He's not gonna get that lucky.
No, but because also he would know what to look for.
That's what I'm saying. So we have to be responsible about what we say and how we, like I said, guide the flock. I'm not saying you need to shoot a Matthews because I do. I'm not saying you need to shoot Day 6 because I do. I'm not saying you need to shoot Oilers because you do. But Temu, Amazon, you have to have a foundation to your home before you get to experimenting. If your foundation is shaky, your home has no walls to stand on over the long term, is what I'm saying. Like, and people are coming into it because they think that they can trust Amazon and they can trust Temu and these places, and you cannot. That's all I'm saying. We have the knowledge to make informed decisions and take risks. Put yourself in a situation in the shoes of somebody new that does not know any better about anything.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I'm saying that.
But
Trey,
I also
you lost credibility already.
No, what? Hey,
I'm saying, like, I don't understand.
Hold on, listen. Wait, hold on. That one. That was before the birth of the Dreaded Archer. That was I'm going to attack for the first time.
Yes, you have to. You have to.
You gotta specify that. You can't say. You can't say the Dreaded Archer shoots Temu arrows.
You know, you my dog. I love you. That's not what you said, bro.
Yes,
you was like, yeah, but I did this. And it was cool.
I said I was 2 years in. I said that.
No. I asked you. I said, would you take those arrows today and shoot an animal at them? And you said, yeah, actually.
Yep. No. Hold on.
That's what you said.
Yes, I did, because I'm being honest. Because that particular arrow,
but be all the way honest. You have the knowledge and the platform. Somebody will take you saying that and think, oh, I can go buy arrows off Amazon and it's cool. No, that's not cool if you don't know. If you don't have the knowledge.
I'm not saying that it's cool. I'm telling you what
I'm telling you, like, all I'm saying, I know you're not saying, we know that you're not saying that. Put yourself, step out of what you know. Somebody that hears this, just get a clip, it get clipped up, it gets shared, they will think that that's okay. Because I asked that question, oh, well, if it's good enough for the Dreaded Archer to hunt with them, it's good enough for me, goddammit. Why am I spending my money out with Easton, Gold Tip, whoever? That's what we're saying, bro. They don't know what we know. You can't just say that.
But also, I would tell somebody who is getting in. I wouldn't tell them to go to Amazon and buy no arrows, but I would say
that's all I'm saying.
But a lot of if you don't got the bread, if you just don't got the bread,
then don't go out there hunting trying to wound on animals, dog. If you ain't got it, save up till you got it, big dog. This ain't for you.
Yeah, but I'm not saying if you for a hunter. If you're somebody dabbling in the archery, but you got limited funds and you can't afford to go to a archery shop and buy arrows because maybe the shop around you don't have cheap arrows. Most shops do, but say your shop don't. Buy
the Gold Tip Warriors, which is
the Warriors, yes, yeah, but a lot.
Gold Tip hunters are like $40 for a 12-piece.
I would
maybe not. I've had them in a long time.
I recommend the Warriors because the Warriors are basically Gold Tip. They just say Warriors. They're the same arrows.
They say Warrior. Basically.
Yeah,
they're like $30 for a dozen.
Yep, they're a damn good arrow. But if you ain't got funds, try it out.
Hey,
try it out.
I'm cheap, but you
disagree.
Take the cake right now, dog.
Disagree.
I'm cheap. But you taking the cake right now.
No, because check this out, and this I'm just gonna be real. You can the arrows that that Victory came out with UV, those 1K weave arrows.
Yeah.
You can buy those exact same arrows on Amazon, on Temu, and see exact same. They just don't say UV.
I'm not jacking that. The quality control ain't the same.
No,
I'm not jacking that.
because you can literally you can literally
I can't
contact.
confidently say that 1,000%.
No, I can. I can because you can contact those manufacturers. No. You can literally contact. You can literally contact those manufacturers over there, and they'll tell you, yes, we make arrows for Victory, Easton. We make their carbon.
So
it's the same arrow.
So you,
right.
I say Trey is contacting these people, so I'm sure he knows what he's talking about.
And we shouldn't be encouraging that.
No, I'm not encouraging it. I'm saying is if you went that route, it's not a bad route. You can get quality arrows. It's a
terrible route. Let's be clear.
It's a terrible route. It's a terrible route.
It's a terrible route.
Terrible.
It's a terrible route. The quality control, you playing Russian roulette with your face every time you pull that joint back and you let one of them arrows go right here by your face and by your eyeballs. Like, that's a terrible route to go. Like, no, I wouldn't condone that. I wouldn't recommend that. The difference between the warrior arrows that y'all was talking about is that there is somebody in a bow shop and a reputable source. You do not know what you're getting. I can say whatever I want to say in my product description online. But the companies that have been around are tested, tried, and true.
They're getting this carbon from the same people.
They can get it from the same people, but their quality control and QA ain't the same.
He's talking about the quality control, Trey. That's all he's talking about.
So you can get the same source. The material is the material. We just spent time talking about importing stuff versus making it here. That's not the debate.
I get it, but what I'm saying is, so you honestly going to say that the quality control in China is worse than the quality control in the U.S.?
I'm saying that you don't know the quality control, and it's a gamble. You've had good experiences, but every experience ain't going to be what you had. Is all I'm saying.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, you're saying that the quality control.
What are we arguing about?
No, you saying the quality control in the U.S. is better than the quality control.
I'm not saying in the U.S. I'm saying about companies that have a history, a reputation, and are established for decades or more. You don't know who's on the other side of that Temu order.
No,
you don't know who that seller is on Amazon.
No,
you don't know what they did to check quality control wise.
I'm
saying, it's a gamble, bro.
Hold on. What I'm saying is,
yes or no? Is it a gamble? Yes or no? Straight up.
No, it is. It's a gamble anytime you buy anything. It's perception.
You're right. Anytime you buy anything. But what are the chances that Nike's gonna fuck you over versus Big Baller Brand or somebody that's new to the game you never really heard of? There's a reason that shit didn't take off.
No, it didn't take off because it was too high.
Because it was too high. They wanted what, $1,300 for a pair of shoes?
No, it was like $500.
It was $500. It was $500.
Still $500 for some Big Baller brands that you ain't never heard of. Come on, dog.
Why? But because you will give Louis Vuitton, or y'all been paying $800-900 for them ugly ass Balenciaga sock shoes.
Hold on. You can't get y'all in here.
I'm not. We're not talking about you. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. Let's not do that. You'll give it to Balenciaga. Why? Why would you not question it when you give it to Balenciaga? Answer the question honestly, please.
Oh, because you paying for the name.
I ain't paying.
It ain't the name. It's because you know what you getting. It's quality, and you getting what you pay for when it comes to Balenciaga.
You're playing.
You're not gonna give a little.
You're paying for the name
in your neighborhood. That type of money. You wouldn't give LeVar Ball $500 to support our own people because that was too high. But you got Balenciaga, Gucci this, Gucci that, chains on our necks. Come on, man! Like y'all moving the goalposts. Like that's crazy.
No. One, it came out when I was broke. So if I had the bread, I would have bought them because I'm all for what LeVar Ball is doing or was doing.
I am too. Not for no $500.
I ain't asked the question about Big Baller Brand. I said, why do you not question it when it's Gucci, when it's Louis Vuitton, or even let's just keep it simple. When you see that Ralph Lauren polo and Macy's, why you give your money to the real horse instead of that little crazy joker with the Polo Association? Tell me why. Ralph been around, and you know what you're getting with Ralph. You know what that thread feel like, bro.
Yeah.
I got a question. So you know how you like Deion, right? You like primetime Deion, right?
Right.
All right. So what did he say when he was going to Colorado? He said, I got a lot of baggage. And it's named Louis. It's Louis. What is that? That's his baggage.
Because it's a prestige brand. It means wealth. It means quality. Yes.
It's all perception.
But what I'm saying is, like, when you look behind the scenes of shit, you realize it's just the name is being put on it. If you realize where all that shit came from, it's all the same shit. Now I'm telling you, like, I'm not promoting.
And again, you are now talking about somebody that has knowledge, that knows these things, bro. That is not the average consumer experience, bro.
No, I know that
people trust brands that they trust. Like, that is a fact. We know marketing. We know things. You trust this brand because you know when I pay for something, the product is quality. I know what I'm getting. It's a goddamn crapshoot. You might as well be playing roulette at the casino when you talk about Amazon.
I wouldn't tell. Like, if a new cat was coming to me to talk about archery, the first thing I'm gonna do is point him into the direction of an archery shop. I'm not gonna say
that's what me and Chris have been saying this whole time. New cats are listening to you say, I'm gonna go take these cheap arrows and shoot deer, bro. You gotta be careful. That's all I've been saying.
Yeah, but also
new hear this and they don't know no better.
Yeah, but also,
what if?
What?
Yeah, ain't no more buts. Like, we putting them to the boat shop, or we sending them to Amazon and Temu. Which one is it?
There is a but, because, like, I tested
There's
those
no
arrows.
but. If you're talking about the new person that don't know no better, there's a but for everybody on this screen right now. That's not who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
you're conflating two things.
A new guy wouldn't go to Amazon and buy arrows because he wouldn't know what he
was
looking for.
If Amazon is all they know, I buy everything from Amazon. I trust Amazon for my kitchen products, my clothes, everything. If I want to get into something new, the first place somebody's going to go is go to Amazon, bro.
But then they're going to get to Amazon, and it's going to be it's a barrier, because then it's going to say, all right, what's your draw length? Well, I don't know that. What spine you need? I don't know that.
No. We just looked at it and said, like, it's adjustable from 19 1/4 all the way to 31. Somebody can easily Google what's my draw length and how to measure it, Trey.
No, we're talking about arrows, dog.
No, we're talking about arrows.
Not arrows.
You said the draw length is what you said, right?
I mean,
you said there's going to be a problem because he's going to say, what's my draw length?
Yeah, not your draw length, but what's your arrow length? It's going to
so
I don't know
they're
that.
going to go and have to do some research, right? But, like, some people are leaning on Amazon. And if somebody that's seasoned like ourselves say, hey, Amazon is good for me, people are going to hear that and be like, Amazon must be cool.
No, listen to what I'm saying. If a person listened and they went to Amazon to buy arrows, the first thing is to ask them, what is your arrow length? They don't know that.
You can
then it's going to ask them, what's your spine? I don't know that. So then I'm not buying it, because now I don't know what to buy.
Well,
that's where we divulge. So what happens when I Google arrow spine and people come up to their own conclusion? You think they're going to go somewhere else and try and find it? They're going to try and do some limited research, not knowing no better, and they're still going to end up back at Amazon or whatever their chosen site is. Like, bow shops are not as popular as gun shops. Sometimes they're co-located, but, like, even the quote-unquote bow techs and bow shops, like you were saying, like, what's the process at Shields, right? 15-minute class, something like that?
About 15, 30 minutes.
15 minutes, 30 minutes.
You don't know what you don't know, bro. So, like, we got to help the people out, like, being people that know better, and that's my whole thing. That's all I'm really saying. Can you do it? Sure. But I can also do a lot of things and get away with it once. But should I make a habit out of it? Probably not. That's all I'm saying, brother.
Hey, Jay, hold on. Did you get burned off Amazon or eBay or something, dog? You got a lot of hostility going on right now.
No, like
No,
I use Amazon just like everybody else. Like, come on now, like it's not that.
I got a question because
I just feel like we have a responsibility to like shepherd the people and do the
You
best
right.
we can
You right.
to like
no.
And arguing back, like if you agree with the point, like I don't understand how there's a but. Like it's either this or that. There is no gray area in what we're talking about for me.
I'm talking about for me. But I do got a question for you. Is a 250cc motorcycle big?
It depends on if it's a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke or not. Because back in the day, dirt bikes, right? You watch Supercross. You say it again?
It's a manual 6-speed.
No, I'm saying like, so hear me out. So back in the day, Supercross, it used to be 2 strokes. A 250 2-stroke is the equivalent of a 4-stroke 450. Like that's what it is right now. It used to be 250s and 125s in Supercross. Now it's 250s and 450s. So are we talking 4 strokes or 2 strokes? But you know how you get to that? You have to do the research.
Okay. So check this out. So if a cat right now, I can go to Amazon and I can buy a 250 6-speed manual 250 motorcycle street bike off Amazon for $399. They can do a person can buy that bike. I would not recommend a person buying a motorcycle off Amazon. I would recommend you go to a Harley Davidson shop or a motorcycle shop.
So what's the difference in buying arrows?
I would recommend you go to the Motorcycle Safety Foundation first and take a goddamn class.
So what's the difference, Trey, in buying arrows and buying a motorcycle?
Because
it's the same thing.
No, it's the same thing is I did my research. I would not recommend a new guy to buy anything off Amazon because you don't know your draw length, you don't know the spine. Go to somebody and get some direction.
We all agree on that.
Yes,
we all agree on that. But when I asked you that question, you stood tall on and doubled down on Amazon.
Because you asked me, you said, would you today shoot that arrow? And I said, yes, because I knew the quality of that arrow.
No. The whole context of my question was, if you were new, not you, what you know, if you were new, would you recommend that somebody shoots those Amazon arrows was the question, Trey.
Oh, well, then I didn't hear the question because I thought you said I'd shoot it today.
That's what me and Chris been arguing back about.
No, they said
y'all arguing about the same
It's okay for us to take a risk because we have a foundation of knowledge. My question was about somebody new off the street, and that's why I say, yo, you can't say that. Like somebody will take that and misconstrue that.
No,
like,
I thought you said, would you?
I said, would you recommend somebody new shoot those arrows at a deer? If you want to take a risk and shoot 3D, whatever.
Oh no,
but would you tell somebody new to take that risk and shoot them on a deer? That's why I couldn't understand why you was pushing back.
No, I thought you said, would you still shoot those arrows today? And I was like, oh yeah.
I said, would you recommend today that somebody new? Everything is about somebody being new.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch that. So we was arguing about some shit that we weren't even on the same page.
Y'all weren't even on the same page.
I kept trying to get him back. I'm like, I don't understand. I'm like, there's no but.
Man.
No, I'm like,
that's why I kept saying I would.
That's what me and Chris was saying. Like, yo, yeah, you would because you have the foundation. But what about somebody new that's watching this that hears that? Yeah, go to Amazon. No, don't do that.
No, because I'm
Chris, hold on. Hey, Chris, speak up for me a little bit. Am I tripping, Chris?
No, you're not.
I feel like I'm in an alternate reality or something.
I'm over here doing like 10 different things at one time.
And you can't even do one right. Answer a simple question.
No, but
Chris ain't gonna put you in timeout, dog. Chris is trying to put you in timeout.
Hey, but I will say this though. So like, even though I am not a fan of like the bows, buying shit off Amazon, I'd rather you go to a bow shop and put that money in the hands of your your local guy. If somebody bought one of those slider bows offline, once you get it, you can't do shit with it. You got to go to a bow shop.
You got to go to a bow shop.
You have to. You can't take that joker out the box and shoot it. You cannot.
But like, let's just think about like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just present a scenario, right? Like, how did you learn that it wasn't okay to dry fire a bow?
I walked into a bow shop.
Yeah, I went to a bow shop.
Now, what's one of your main concerns if you let one of your friends touch your bow that doesn't know anything about archery? What is the first thing you're gonna say to them?
Don't dry fire my bow.
Don't pull that shit back.
Right.
Now, imagine you're somebody that ordered a bow off Amazon. You don't have a clue what's going on. What's the first thing you're gonna do? You're probably gonna pick it up and see what it feels like, right? Probably don't even have a release if you know what a release is at that point. And what you think gonna happen? It's gonna be catastrophic. My whole point is that there needs to be education and there needs to be mentors and people to point these people. I made the reference of shepherd and the flocks. Like, I'm not saying like, and I don't mean tell them what to buy, but like there needs to be some things in place. Because me, like, I know how Courtney got into archery. I think I know how Trey. How did you get into it, Chris?
I got into it like hardcore was just because it was like easier to draw tags in the archery. And I just started, I started off hunting and then I started doing 3D ASA stuff, and then I just started transitioning into like more expensive stuff over time. And that's how I got into it. But it started off with just like basic sportsmen's or Cabela's.
Gotcha. So like for me, for example, I was a kid, my uncles had bows. They still shooting aluminum arrows, some old, who knows, whatever that those POSs they still have, right? Like, but I just remember my uncles were doing it and I thought it was cool. Outside of that, like as an adult, I can make my own purchasing decisions. Like mom's was not buying me a bow as a teenager. That little $300 Mossberg 500 from Walmart was a lot more easy for her to take versus going to a bow shop and buying a bow, like, right? So I say that to say that I was mostly self-taught. So like I'm speaking from the experience of somebody that has pretty much had to go through these things because like, yeah, I had my uncles, but remember I'm military. I'm not with my family. I'm not around them every day. Like we're not talking every day. So I didn't really have that guidance or whatever. And I had to figure out a lot of this stuff on my own. But I did enough research to know that, hey, you got to go to the bow shop. Like the forums and archery talks and all these other things. Like it's a lot of research that goes into that. But I just don't feel like the average person has that. So I want to be really careful and really responsible about sending people to Amazon when it comes to something that can explode right here by your eyeball. Everybody don't wear glasses.
Well, I don't recommend anybody going to Amazon for anything. But I will say most people, before they go to Amazon and search something, they are going to go to YouTube because YouTube is the #1 search engine right now in the world. So most people are going to go to YouTube first.
Yeah, I agree with that. But so like, and Trey, there's one thing that I wouldn't say I wouldn't go to Amazon for anything, but I mean, I normally replace my weights and I'm normally buying them off Amazon, but I know exactly what I'm looking for and I type it in and it just comes in 2 days and I don't have to go anywhere.
See,
I got a question for y'all.
Ain't supporting the local bow shop, Chris. Buying weights off Amazon.
I got a question for y'all. Did y'all bow come with instructions?
Yes.
No,
I mean,
mine didn't because I buy everything used. I ain't never bought a new bow.
Yeah,
What was your answer, Chris?
It comes with that manual.
It comes with the manual.
So like I saw somebody in the chat. I think it was
no, I did not read it.
I bought one from the bow shop. That little tag wasn't attached. That bow was ready to go. Like there wasn't no He said I read the instructions. There was no instructions.
No, I said I didn't read
somebody else. I seen Keegan Benton in the comments saying that a lot of these companies don't have instructions, or they do, but the bow shop will remove it. Like the bow shop, like, did they quiz you? Did they ask you what your level of experience was? I bet they didn't. They were concerned about making the sale. You're interested and you want to sell something.
Not my bow shop.
I'm not talking about every bow shop. I'm talking about the general consensus here. Let's not get back into the weeds. and if you buy your bow off Amazon, like Keegan, I'm sorry, just said
Salada come with instructions.
Nobody.
I can only speak for one brand. I know that one because that's the only brand I've ever seen bought off Amazon in real life. It came with instructions. But I will say this.
Yes, it comes with instructions, Steve. Like legally, we know that. But if your bow is set up, did you get a box with it? I didn't get a box. They gave me my bow and put it in the case that I bought, and I left the shop. All that paper and shit went in the trash, bro.
Oh no, yeah,
Steve in the comments.
Oh yeah,
yes, it has instructions, but whether or not I see those instructions, do you think I ever saw them?
Oh, I did because I bought.
You did. I didn't. Courtney bought a used bow. So what about those people? There's no requirement for used bows to be retagged with instruction.
Yeah, I ain't never
the bottom line, I think, is that we get a lot of
I ain't
stuff
never bought a
ready.
new bow, so I ain't ever got no instructions.
Now,
have you ever bought a new anything, Courtney?
No.
No, Courtney trade and barter, baby. Courtney trade and barter, baby.
I'm a barter, homie.
That boy living on the Oregon Trail. He still got floppy disk on his computer. That's my man, though.
Sugar.
Hey,
for our ox.
Hey, Courtney will take this pen, and in 6 months, he'd have a brand new Chevy.
Yep, sure would. That's me, dog.
Oh man.
I don't mind nothing new. Nothing.
But you know, I am a big advocate. Like you can't buy a gun off Amazon. You shouldn't be able to buy a bow off Amazon or a crossbow. You can go buy a crossbow on Amazon right now.
Yeah, sure
bro. It's the same thing. It's the same thing in the airports, bro. Like you know, like if you fly with your firearm, you got to go to the little baggage office, show your ID, and get it. You can take that bow and pick it up right up off the belt and start slinging bolts in the baggage claim if you wanted to.
Hey, you might get 2 off. You gonna get taken down.
Yeah, you might
two,
get 2.
2 is enough. That's enough, ain't it? I think people are gonna be so in shock. Like, is that Robin Hood? They probably gonna think he's doing good.
No, not in today's world. Hey,
no, I'm being facetious, but the fact of the matter is, it's a dangerous weapon.
Yeah,
and they're not controlled to the same. I'm agreeing with your initial point, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, somebody should probably take a look at that.
Yeah, because dude, I have guys coming to the shop all the time. They've never shot a crossbow, like, but they got it. They didn't got it from somewhere, and I don't know how to shoot this thing.
You know what? You do this every week.
Got it.
You do this every week, and every time we go, and this is the part where I got to bow out, man, because I got to bow out on the crossbow talk. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Oh no, I'm not. I ain't got nothing against crossbows. I don't think it should be part of archery season, but that's just my thing. Just
you have something against crossbows. We do this every time. You know how you feel about this.
No, just
because we agree. Because that's some baby. No, I'm not gonna say it, but that's some baby back bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
What having archery crossbow in archery season?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
It shouldn't be in archery season.
Shouldn't be at all. It should be in rifle season.
No, it should have its own season. It should be like muzzleloader. It's got its own season.
It should be like muzzleloader.
Yeah,
you have to put them in the muzzleloaders. Fine, whatever.
But like, you get 1 week.
That's some bull.
Well, so even like here, like they even changed because some of the muzzleloaders here, they're so, I would say, close and similar to rifles. They basically changed it to where you have to shoot iron sights with a muzzleloader. You can't shoot.
Yeah, they can't put optics on them. I've seen some of that.
Like South Dakota, you can have red dot, but you can't have magnified.
Remember when I was on your podcast, Trey? Like you did, like I told you, like my county, right in Virginia, where the property is in Virginia, you can't shoot rifles in that county, but you can shoot a muzzleloader. I don't understand it. 200 yards is 200 yards. Like I really don't understand it.
200 yards. Yeah, you're right.
I don't understand how you can have a muzzleloader season in today's times, like Chris just said, and not be able to shoot rifles in the same county. Like, if you want to have a provision for us to be elevated, I understand it, I get it, but like, come on, man. Like, if I can shoot a 50 cal muzzleloader in this county, I should be able to use a rifle. But instead, the gun season is shotgun only over there. Got to have a slug gun, and that's just the way it's been. Like my whole 30-some years in that area.
Yeah, because it's like South Dakota, you got people making decisions who really they don't know.
Sound like Colorado. I mean, with that wolf thing they did.
Bro, that's all game fishing park. You got the people making decisions. ain't out in the outdoors.
They
They're
out
not
there.
outdoorsmen.
They sit behind the desk.
They're
I ain't gonna say. I'm not gonna say
politicians.
it's all. I don't feel like that's
Man,
fair.
it's
I feel
it's
like
the
it's something
majority.
that's
It's the
Jordan.
majority.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all of them, but it's a
I'm not gonna
it's a
say
majority of them.
The decision makers are not
Parker,
outdoors.
when you said that Parker in the comments, he says that's how it is in Ohio, and I always thought it was dumb. I assume that you're talking about the muzzle loader in certain counties and not being able to shoot rifles. Tell me if I'm wrong or not. I really don't understand that one.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jay, on Parker's comment.
Yeah, I think so, but
well, I mean, it's just because that's literally why they changed it to open sites where you can't use a scope.
What state are you in again, Chris? Are you in Arizona, New Mexico?
New Mexico.
Okay, I thought so.
And so, like, yeah, because some of these like if you go buy a brand new muzzleloader, we know Courtney not buying a brand new one, but if you go buy a brand new one right now, like some of them are equivalent to a rifle.
Yes, they are. 1,000%. The inline and all that, like it's really simple. It's very easy to use. Bigger calibers too than a lot of your centerfire rifles.
Hey! Hold on real quick. I gotta answer.
Squirrel Hunter Elite.
No. I'm all for health issues. Like if you were 65 and up, or you got like a shoulder issue, you can use a crossbow during the archery season. I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't have no problem.
I'm down for that because your boy is scarred up from the rooter to the tutor. So
I'm coming back off a rotator cuff injury myself. Like I couldn't put my bow for a whole year.
Yeah, so but if you are an able-bodied person, then you need to you should have a crossbow somewhere. Like you have a crossbow in your own season. But if you are injured or elderly,
like there's exceptions to that.
Oh
yeah.
So on that topic, you cannot you cannot hunt with a crossbow in the state of New Mexico unless you have a handicap license or you're
round of applause for New Mexico.
Like you can't shoot a crossbow for hunting unless you are disabled.
What about elderly?
Elderly, okay, it's this kind of it's in the same circle. It's handicapped if you're under 65, I believe, or 75. And then if you're over 75, you can automatically shoot with a crossbow. You know, your season.
I'm scared of them. I'm able-bodied, and I'm scared of them because they just sound. It's too much power in that little compact bad boy. I don't want it.
All right, man. So I'm gonna go ahead. Keegan said in Ohio you can't hunt with a rifle, which is basically in the entire state. He says only straight wall cartridges, which means very limited rifles and mainly shotguns. I did not know that about Ohio.
And
I did not know that was the case or that was a thing.
Black Predator Bow Hunter said, "If y'all don't like
Steve, Steve trying to be a contrarian.
If y'all don't like crossbows, stop using release on your bow."
Yeah.
Hey, does he have a point?
Does he?
I'm asking.
Because I don't think so.
I'm asking.
A release on the bow does not equate to the fact that you can just squeeze a trigger with a scope and shoot 60 yards with little to no consequence. Like, I'm not even going to begin to pretend like that's the same. Like, what's next? Is he going to say, like, you shouldn't have compounds either? Like, it should only be recurves and straight bows?
Because, okay,
so let's not equate the compound is not the same as a crossbow. I can't jack that. I'm sorry.
So what's the feet per second on a crossbow?
The lowest is like a 320.
They're up there.
The lowest is like a 320.
Yeah, my homeboy just bought one. It's like 415, I think.
They're up there too.
That's why I was like the slowest that I think I've known one to shoot is like 320, which is almost the fastest out of the box for most flagship.
Most flagship bows.
Yeah, my arrow is like 580 grains. Like I'm not shooting anywhere near IBO, so like it's not remotely the same.
No, I have 536 grains, and if I tune it down to 40 pounds, I shoot 108, and if I have it at 60 pounds, it's 180.
Yeah, so I'm a 70-pound draw. Like, I'm not shooting nothing crazy, but I don't think that's remotely the same.
No, because I'm looking at this Raven R29X, and it's 450 feet per second.
Yeah, the Ravens like the top dog too.
But then I'm also going to ask though, because
What's the weight of those bolts?
They're light. They're real light.
Yeah, see, I don't know. But I'm also going to ask though, because like, do you get all feet per second? Because like with bows, you know, my Matthews is 330. I will never touch 330.
Yeah, me either. That's why I asked, like, what's the weight of the bolts? But the principle is pretty much you're looking through a scope, sight, whatever, and you're pulling a trigger. I still with my release on my bow, I can still jack that shot up. I still have to have good form. I still have to have a good anchor, and I still have to execute that shot. If you use a trigger style release, just like a firearm, you can punch that trigger and blow that shot.
Right.
Which I'm sure maybe the same thing happens with crossbows. But with that thumb release, like, everybody think you just click it. That's not how it is. Like, I have my Ultra View set. You have to, almost like a back tension, you have to continue to pull and slowly go on the thumb. Like, there's technique and shit involved. And looking through the peep and all that, it's not the same as looking down a scope and shooting.
It's not
at 60 yards. Like, I would never shoot at a whitetail 60 yards with a compound bow. I don't know if anybody else would do it here. Elk, maybe, sure, in ideal conditions. But whitetail, I'm not shooting anything over 30, 35 yards unless the conditions are absolutely perfect.
I shot an elk.
Crossbows, like, you can do that.
I shot an elk at 80 yards.
Yeah, like, you can shoot an elk. The aim, I'm sorry, not the aim. What do you call it?
The kill zone is bigger.
Thank you. My words were escaping me just then.
It's a lot bigger than a muley or a whitetail.
For sure.
So
we had a cat here in South Dakota. He's from Wisconsin. He's a non-resident hunter. He couldn't get closer than 80. No, he couldn't get closer to 124 yards on this antelope. So he shaved down his fletchings and shot the antelope at 124 yards and ended up, I mean, he killed it, but he hit it in the hindquarters and it just hit that vein and killed it. But man,
he must have hit the femoral because
they roasted him on the ground, bro.
As they should have.
They roasted him. I mean, he at first it was like, good job. Oh man, like, that's a kill shot. Can't believe you did that. That's sweet. And then people started coming in and saying, bro, that ain't cool. Like, 124 yards and you shave down your fletching, so now you don't even know how the arrow is gonna fly.
Yeah, you don't know how it's gonna fly.
I was like, we had there was a guy at the bow shop here. He shot an antelope at 103.
See, I can't, man.
I'm
just not comfortable.
Well, I mean, antelope is smaller too,
way smaller. And bro, a lot can go wrong at 103 yards. I mean, a lot can go wrong at 80.
But I was surprised because antelope are more like skittish than like deer. So that was just one thing that was.
What up, Steve?
What it do, y'all? What it do?
Man, you always outside, man.
Man,
you don't never go in the house.
Hey, look, that's that's one of my hashtags, man. Always outside, bro. No matter what.
So I'm sure you coming on to defend the crossbow. So
He's coming. He's
Let
defending it. Come on,
I mean, hey, look, man, I shoot them both. So, but that's an argument that I think that kind of needs to go ahead and kind of have an end to, man, because that's been for like years and years and years and years and years. Me personally, it's been times I go in with both. I go in with my crossbow and my vertical bow. If I end up in a tree, I'm going up with my vertical bow. It's more of an advantage. If I'm on the ground, it's more an advantage for me to use my crossbow. I'm using whatever advantage I can use. I don't know how everybody else hunt, but that's literally the whole key of hunting in the first damn place, is to try to use every advantage you can use to surprise the deer or whatever you got to do, ambush it, however you hunting. That's the whole key, is to have an advantage. So why wouldn't you use an advantage? I don't understand the whole thinking of that whole thing is just out of control with the thinking of, oh, don't use crossbow. Oh, don't use. Come on, y'all. Stop, man. That's that infighting stuff, dog. That's that infighting stuff. However, another man take his deer shouldn't matter to none of us. For one, that's for one. And then for two, it's the same thing, man. Compound bows have adjusted themselves in technology to they are shooting just as well or just as good or with sights and all that other stuff out to ranges that's as far as you saying that you wouldn't shoot, that some people actually would shoot. Just like some people won't shoot spikes, but some people eat them. Some people don't shoot fawns, but some people do. So it's every hunter's perspective, bro. You can't take that away from people because you believe one thing. You cannot push that onto the next person. You just have to accept it the way they have to accept that you believe what you believe. You have to accept that from that next person. That's all I'm saying, y'all. It ain't even an argument about crossbows and all that other stuff because once again, I use both. I go into the field with both because I don't know how I'm going to end up hunting that day. I don't always have a preferred method of going straight to a tree. Sometimes I might not make it to the tree. Sometimes I might bump 5 or 6 deer and might not make it to the tree. Now I got a ground hunt. And it's a whole lot easier for me to ground hunt with a crossbow.
I ground hunt too, like, and with a compound.
That's your choice though. That's your choice. And you have that right to your preference of. So why would you push your preference on somebody else?
I'm not pushing.
Yes, you are, bro. Yes, you are, bro. I'm gonna call it like I call it. Hey, look, man, I love all my brothers. I love y'all in this whole industry, dog. But I'm gonna call it the way I see it, dog. You are pushing that. You flexing that, bro. You flexing that, bro.
My opinion is not me flexing anything.
Yeah, man. No, dog. You going hard to the paint, dog. You the Dikembe Mutombo up in that mug. No. I'm telling you, dog.
I mean, and I can say the same.
Come on, dog. And you know what? I'm probably the oldest person on this panel. So you arguing with an old head that's been doing this for a long time, dog. For a long time. Back when compound bows had wheels on them.
How old are you?
I'm 54.
Oh yeah, you
got you.
You got it, dog. Yeah, you got it.
You got you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when I first started,
double RP card, we said
exactly. I got an AARP card, bro. Straight up. So when I first started shooting compound bows, they had wheels on them, dog. They had wheels on them.
I got a question for you, like real talk, like in the interest of dialogue. Quick question for you. At what age did you start using the crossbow?
I've been using them both for forever, dude. When I was shooting recurves, I was ordering crossbows out of field and stream that my mama didn't know I had. But they was hand crossbows back then. They wasn't like rifle style crossbows back then.
Right.
So I was the kid that was running around the neighborhood shooting rabbits with a little hand crossbow and stuff. I've been using squirrels and all kind of other animals we don't want to say. I was a menace. So I've been using it for a while, man. So I never understood the argument between the two, dude. I really never understood that argument, man. And I don't even know why it would be an issue, for what your preference is. It's your preference, Hey,
look, and for real talk, if it's legal, then do what you do, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't promote nothing illegal.
Now, legal and ethical are two different things, right? Like, and I just feel like, let me just ask you this simple question. I'm not even going to leave witness. Do you feel like you have an advantage using a crossbow versus the compound in certain situations?
Yeah, I just explained that. Exactly. Yeah. In certain situations, like in a tree, I don't like fumbling around with my crossbow in a tree. I'd rather have my vertical bow, especially if I'm able to saddle out of that tree. I would rather have my vertical bow up there with me because it's easier for me to maneuver. I ain't got to worry about branches and on top of that, the deflection from the arrow versus a bolt is not so bad going downwards.
Gotcha.
So it has its advantages, and then on the ground, it's easier for me to pop up out of a bush with something that's already drawn, and all I got to do is release it, whether it's a trigger or a release or whatever the case may be, versus me having to pop out, draw, get busted, and I can't even get this shot off.
And that's what part of the challenge of hunting from the ground is, like drawing and all that movement.
But
and
if you prefer that challenge, that's your preference. Some people don't prefer that challenge. You cannot push your challenges on other people, bro.
Right. And hold on,
Because if you want to go back to the full challenge of hunting, then you would go back to straight up long bows. You wouldn't be using no scent, nothing. You wouldn't be. I mean, so we can't mix the two. You can't have one without the other. You can't. So if you're gonna say that you're gonna go,
hold on, bro. Hold on.
Okay.
We're not saying you can't use your crossbow. Nobody is saying that. All we saying is it fair to use your crossbow at the same time that somebody's using a longbow, a recurve, or their compound? You can make the same argument which you are doing about the compounds, and that's cool. But all we saying is, like, why not put the crossbows in the muzzleloader season? Because of the ease of operation and the advantages that comes with it. That's all we're saying.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute. So that'd be the same thing with the compound bow versus longbow and recurve bow. So the trash shooters feel the exact same way you feel about crossbow shooters. The trash bow shooters feel about compound shooters.
I acknowledge that. That was the very first thing that I said, was that you can make that argument about the compound bows and it seems like that's what you're doing. I understand that. So put them in the same situation. If you feel the same about compound bows, that the point still remains that it's easier to use the crossbow. Should you be able to use them in the same season as
all archery?
Let's just call it traditional archery.
It's all archery.
Is it? And that's I think
crossbow. Hold on, bro. Crossbows have been around longer than compound bows. So it's all archery.
Back in and all the way back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all archery, bro. It's all archery. When they went back in the day, when they yelled out, when they called in their archers, they didn't just call in the longbowists. They called in the longbowists and the crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't when they mounted up and they hit that line. It wasn't just longbows hitting that line. It was crossbows hitting that line too. So crossbows been around way longer than compound bows.
Yeah, we're not saying that I've been around. Like, you're absolutely
I'm just saying.
Right.
I mean, that's a whole. It's all archery, bro. That's my whole point. It's all archery. And what does it matter? It's all archery. It's all got limbs. It's all got a string. No matter how it's released, it's all got limbs and it's all got strings. It's archery.
Ease of use is what you asked the question.
Come on, man. That's you taking away from the simplicity of what I just said, bro. You taking away from the simplicity of what I just said.
Ease of use.
But you taking away from the simplicity of it. It's all archery. It's got limbs and it's got strings. No matter the ease of use, once again, that falls back on each and every hunter that wants to try to take advantage of the advantage that he can get in the field. If you don't want to take that advantage, then don't take that advantage. If you feel like it's less of a challenge to take an advantage, then don't take that. You have that right to do so.
Okay, but you're saying it's all archery. Okay, sure it is. But that does not mean that like I said, you asked a specific question and my answer was ease of use. That's the difference between these forms of archery and that form of archery. I'll accept that it's archery, right? I'll accept that. That's fine. But we're not going to pretend that using a crossbow and using a compound is the same. And it's not.
It's ease of use. It's ease of use. It's ease of use. If that's the case, then you need to back all the way back up to recurve and longbow, bro. If you're gonna go essence on something, you need to go all the way essence. You can't go 50% essence on how you feel on the subject matter, bro. You gotta go 100%.
You can make the argument because that's how you feel about compounds. I said that. Everybody here heard me say that. And I said, if that's how you feel, then the argument still stands that crossbows are easier to use. If you want to group compounds in that, cool, group them in. It still should be some differentiation. If you want to add compounds to the
it should be a trad bow season. It should be a compound season. It should be a crossbow season. Is what you're saying?
Trad and recurve can go together if that's how you're taking it, right?
That's how you putting it. That's how you putting it out there. I'm putting it out there the way. I'm putting it out there the way you putting it out there, bro. You saying it should be a split,
bro? You're saying that compound bows and crossbows are the same. Okay, cool. So they're the same for your argument.
On ease of use. Don't generalize it. On ease of use. Your argument was ease of use.
I do not agree with that.
Okay, now we
I
go
don't agree with that.
ask a trad bow shooter that same thing. Ask a
When I
trad
talk
bow
about
shooter that
trad
same
bows, we're
thing
talking about
because they don't
compound.
have sights, they don't have releases, they don't have balances, they don't have they don't have any
I
of that
agree.
stuff. They don't have
They
they don't use none of that. They don't use
They don't.
stabilizers.
You know what my compound bow doesn't have though? A scope.
Yeah, it does. It's called a sight. Those
A
pins,
sight
those
and a
pins.
scope is not the same
If you
thing.
can
Saying
put, it
iron
don't make
sights
no difference whether it's a crosshair or a
that's like,
pin.
all right.
It
All
don't
right.
make no difference if it's a crosshair or pin.
That's like
If you
saying
can
iron sights and a
put a
magnifier
sight
and red
on
dots are the
an
same thing,
animal
and they are
and that
not. Sir.
projectile hits where that sight is aiming at, then it's a sight, bro. It's no matter whether it's behind glass or it's
Sights and
behind an
scopes
open
are not
sight.
the same.
It's a sight is a sight, whether it's a scope or a sight, bro.
So iron sights and scopes are equivalent. That's what we saying now.
Man, come on, man. Pins are not like iron sights, bro. Come on, dog. Come on,
Yes,
bro.
they
You
are.
act like you ain't no shooter, dog. Shooting behind a pin, and that's not like shooting behind no damn iron sight, bro. Come on, man.
I'm not even
Come
going no
on,
further.
bro. Come on, bro.
Hey, hold on. Then Brian Archer said crossbows have a scope and trigger. Also, most crossbows are shot on a rest. Vertical bows are not shot on a rest.
I don't use no rest when I use my. I don't use a rest when I use my crossbow. What are y'all talking? What the hell? Dude, that's for the unskilled.
I feel the same way about crossbows, but here we are.
Yeah, well, and I feel the same way about compound bows because here we are. I shoot it all, bro. So, but the thing is, I shoot both of them. I'm not limited myself. I don't see this from a closed eye perspective.
I'm not limiting myself either.
Okay, well, it's whatever. It's whatever, dog. It's whatever, dog. Your argument is not valid because it keeps going back. It's literally contradictory. It's contradictory, dude. Because if you're gonna go to the essence of something, then you got to go 110 to the essence, dog. You can't just say, "Oh, well, I can use these advantages. I can use these advantages from a compound bow, but you can't use the advantages from a crossbow."
Hey, hold on, Steve. Hold on, Steve. I will say this though: it takes a lot. It takes a lot more skill to shoot a compound bow than a crossbow.
Nowadays, all that is some technique, bro, versus setting up and having a good hold over arm. Because your hold, if you're not using the rest and you shooting, if you're not using the rest and you're shooting the crossbow, you can jerk and all that other stuff just like you can when you pulling that release. The same thing, dude.
Yeah, but tell me what's the rest alternative for a compo? Anybody ever shot a compo?
I don't use a rest. I just said I don't use a rest. So why are you trying to put a rest on me, bro? I don't use a rest.
I'm not putting a rest on you. You said
okay, well, why are you bringing a rest then?
You brought the rest up. All right.
I said for people that don't use a rest.
Yeah,
you can be just as jerky.
No option to use a rest for a compound.
I don't use a rest. I don't use a rest, so I can't explain for the people that use rest. Well, that fall on whatever advantages you can try to find to help you, bring something home, bring some meat to the freezer, then go for it on that.
Well, Steve, just a question. So like you talked about competitive advantage like earlier, and the people that do use a rest, that is their competitive advantage because they don't
exactly
they're less likely to be more jerky or slap the trigger on a crossbow than
exactly. So if you use a rest, more power to you.
Yeah,
I just don't use a rest.
I know people that don't use them. I know people that do use them, but they're looking for a competitive advantage, and for them, that might be them. For you, it's not because the versatility, you like to be able to maneuver in and out of just different situations, either trees, saddles, blinds, or on the ground. That's your versatility, and carrying that dang rest is problematic for me.
Yeah.
I don't carry a shooting stick.
That's extra. Yeah, I don't carry shooting sticks or none of that. That's extra. I already got a whole extra bag full of cameras and all this other crap. I don't need all the, yeah, that's extra.
It's just that's just one thing. But I think that's what Jay is trying to say that.
No, I get what Jay trying to say. I'm just being the devil advocate to Jay.
I know.
Because there's always somebody else's perspective, dog. Hey, like I said before we even started this conversation, man, I love being on this on this platform with you guys. I love being gathered with my brothers like this, and I love the fact that we can have a friendly debate and then not even go to no extra shit.
I do too. Like, and I don't want nobody watching this, so they're gonna watch the replay and think otherwise.
I'm just giving Jay the business, man.
I mean, like, this is how we move, and we have conversations and we move them forward. Like,
exactly. Because this is what it's about, man. This is the unity that I want all hunters to have, regardless of your race, gender, and all that other stuff. This is the unity that we're supposed to have.
Hey, so Steve, I had a question, something that you brought up, like, and you were talking about like feeding and just like different type of baiting in different states. There's different, like here we can't use feeders. We have to spot and stalk here in New Mexico. So that is literally why people use competitive advantage. That's why some people use shooting sticks or rest, because you have to get as close as possible, and you can't use any artificial, like you can't have a blind here. You can make a blind out of like natural
brush. I call that a hive. Yeah.
But you can't go put one up in a tree unless it's private land. Private land people sometimes
they taking y'all back to the essence, man, because if you know anything about bushcrafting and stuff, man, setting up a hive is real easy if you're going hunting.
Yeah, I mean, I do it for my duck blinds. It's got to be natural.
It's got to be natural. That's all to it, man. They just trying to take y'all back to the essence of hunting, dude. And that was the essence of hunting before any kind of technology kicked in, before compound bows and all that other stuff. People were still hunting with crossbows. They were just banded, recurved crossbows.
Yeah.
I mean, this is before releases and all that other stuff was out. So, I mean, whatever advantage the hunter can find, I think the hunter should use. It shouldn't be you can't do this or you can't do that unless it's not allowed in your state. Amongst hunters, it shouldn't matter what. I don't care what Jay used. I don't care what you use, Chris. I don't care what Courtney used. Whatever y'all use to bring home some meat, I'm guaranteeing you that meat is not getting ready to come back and complain what and how y'all killed it with.
Oh, nobody's disagreeing with that.
I love when you say that because I ain't never heard it before.
So I mean, it is what it is. When it's all said and done,
give the people with the bows, like, we're just saying, like, move the time. That's it. I don't have a problem with you using it, but like to say that it's just as fair to use a crossbow as it is to use any type of vertical bow at the same time that's not the same to me.
Okay, I got a question because you talked about time. All right, so in your states, generally speaking,
archery season is pre-rut, right?
All the way in my state, archery goes from September to January.
Chris, you're talking about the archery only season, right?
Yeah, the archery only season.
It went from September to like right around when the rut's getting hot to the third weekend, whichever weekend is closer to November 18th. So it's like the third weekend in November, right? Like the rut is getting good.
That's how it is down there in your zone? Because up here.
No. I'm talking about what it was like when I was in Virginia. And then the last 2 weeks of that, so November 1st to them last 2 weeks, you can use muzzle loaders. Now here in Texas, muzzle loaders at the end. The general firearms ended like 2 weeks ago, and muzzle loaders about to end here on the 19th.
The 18th. Yeah, the 18th.
18th or the 19th.
Yeah.
They put muzzle loader at the end.
And then South Zone archery gets the last 2 weeks. Yeah, the second February 2nd.
September to January 21st here in Kentucky.
So
archery season only here in Texas is October only.
Yeah,
so that's way before pre-rut and anything actually starts. Pre-rut don't start till the beginning of November for us.
Yeah, like in Virginia and Texas, if you can use a firearm or a muzzleloader, you can use anything, any weapon that's considered less than that. Like if it's rifle season, you can use your bow if you want to.
Yeah.
But during the rifles season, you just have to obey
orange
requirements on.
Yeah, you got to orange up.
It's like in Kentucky too.
Yeah, so what is Kentucky's archery only? That was the question. Not when you can use other shit, but archery only.
It's September through January. We can hunt from September all the way to January.
No, okay. So when do y'all start using rifles in Kentucky?
The second week of November for 3
So
weeks.
that's what we're talking about.
So
Archery
September,
only.
yeah, September to
Well,
November.
well, no. I see what Courtney's saying because like in South Dakota, like my tag says.
We know what he's saying, but that wasn't the question. Chris
Oh.
asked a specific question. What is the archery only season? When you cannot use any other weapons. When you have to put on the orange, that's not the question.
Yeah, but see, in
you
South,
only get those.
like,
You got a muzzleloader season here too.
See,
Hold on.
And you don't have to wear orange if you're using a bow in South Dakota. You don't got to wear orange, even if it's rifle season. You don't have to wear orange.
Okay, that's South Dakota, but here in Texas, when weapons are
when general season kick in, you got to blaze orange.
You got to blaze orange. It's like it's like at Kentucky too.
In New Mexico, you don't have to wear orange unless you're on white sands hunting oryx.
Dang, for real?
Yeah, the only time you have to wear orange.
Dang.
Yeah, like in Texas,
which is why I don't recommend people going out with a bow during rifle season because your ass gonna get shot.
Yeah, yeah, for real. That's the whole reason for the blaze orange. Damn.
I can't believe that. Like that's crazy. Like
right?
Orange here.
Yeah, Lee, that's the whole reason for the blaze orange.
So you don't get shot.
Yeah, so you don't say. You can see me.
Yeah, like in Virginia, like September to like I said, like November 18th or whatever that third Saturday is, no orange is required. But once general season hit, you got to have your 400 square inches of orange, and at least 150 of that got to be above the shoulders. And Texas is similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar.
Yeah, it's I think requirement is head and torso coverage.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason why I brought the question up is because that's what makes archery season so difficult here. It's because it's very far pre-rut. Like they don't start rutting like full on until November.
Yeah, you got to get out and stop. You ain't got to know.
So that's why the cameras are important. That's why going scouting is important. Because if you're trying to go out during rifle, and I would generally say you need to be able to the people I take out hunting, you need to be able to shoot 40 to 60 yards comfortably with a bow. Because that
for what game?
Yeah.
For elk or deer.
Yeah.
I can do it with a deer. Deer, like, man, they be tweaked out. I won't take an archery shot.
Like in the Midwest, if you're in South Dakota, you need to be comfortable shooting
at 60.
I'm
bro.
I'm talking about whitetail.
Yeah, I'm talking about whitetail too.
Whitetail too.
You want if you spot this stock out in west side of the state, you need to be comfortable shooting 40, 50 yards because it's flat, it's wide open. So once you
ain't no short shots.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, when you shooting planes, ain't no short shots, bro. Ain't no short shots at all. I mean, ain't like here where up here in South Texas where I hunt at, or South Central Texas, if you want to consider it that, because half of the area is.
Steve, let me ask you: are you like Texas Parks and Wildlife South? Because you know what I mean, right? Like, because
Texas Parks and Wildlife. I'm still North Zone in San Antonio. They just changed. They literally just changed it. So part of San Antonio, the southern part of San Antonio, was South Zone. So what they did was they changed it up during deer season versus migratory season. So migratory season is still past 90 is South Zone. And during whitetail season, even past 90 is still North Zone. So they kind of changed it up during seasons around here. So technically, I'm North Zone, but I'm just saying, as far as environment is concerned, this is like South Texas because I'm on the edge of certain areas around here. Is literally they front yard and backyard is sand. It's they in flat areas, and a lot of that is like that around here. It's a lot of brushy vegetation where it's kind of open. It's no hiding points. You can climb them up in that thicket if you want to. That's on you. I'm not doing it. But you can climb up in them thorns if you want to. But outside of that, it's all open areas. So I practice literally at 60 all the time. I wouldn't take anything past 60, but if I was forced into a situation where I needed to get some meat, because I hunt for meat, I don't hunt for trophies. It's not a sport for me. If I need that meat, I'm taking that 60-yard shot because I practice it and I practice it and I practice it and I practice it and I practice it. I got to let God take over from there. Once it's released from my bow, I got to let God take over from there.
So
And
if
that's
you
just
see
that.
on the screen for anybody that's watching, you see what we're talking about. You can see that the majority of Texas is in the northern zone there, which is a little bit crazy. San Antonio is right about here where my
Where
cursor
the
is.
arrow is at, yeah.
And it's really it's just strange. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
the way they
the
split the zones
line
up here in
like
Texas, man, is crazy, dude.
it's like here for ducks. Because like the
Man,
north side of Houston is north zone, and then where I live is in the south zone. But for whitetail, it's so much different. I just wanted to give some context to anybody that was looking at that. Thank you, Trey. You can pull that down now.
yeah, so we got to know our zones and what we shooting around here.
So can you hunt both zones? Like if you live in one zone, can you hunt until the?
Yeah, you can travel and
You
hunt
can hunt
another
both
one.
zones. Yeah. You can hunt
You can
both zones. Like, I
absolutely
mean,
do
the
that.
last 2 weeks, if I had somebody that was in South Zone, the last 2 weeks of this week, I mean, this month, I'd be down there at
I'm
their
going.
property hunting.
I'm going. And then it ain't just that too. You got the MOD, which is the
Yeah.
managed land deer program. We go all the way through February. Like it's so many different options here in Texas.
Yeah,
Like you don't.
managed land deer program actually is kind of a year round, to be honest with you. It depends on if you know the rancher. It's
Or if it's your own property.
whenever they decide to run a call. Running a call doesn't always have to happen, after or before a rut. You can run a call, run year round. You can literally go. You can let the mothers fawn up and get those fawns to right past spots and go call out all the mothers. That way you have a fresh herd of baby females. It's depending on how the ranch wants to do it. That was just a scenario. I'm not saying that's what people do. I'm just saying that was just a scenario. So managed MLDP is managed land deer program. You basically have to be kind of a landowner and know that landowner to kind of get the perks.
Landowner or a land manager.
The land manager, yeah, to kind of get the perks of MLDP. So that
the
that
state will come
handgun.
in and say, like, they'll do a survey on your herd. They'll be like, hey, you need to harvest this many bucks. You need to harvest this many does to have like a healthy population. And you get like, it doesn't count against your
tags, your regular
It doesn't
tags.
count against your tags. So you get like 3 bucks, 3 does, 6 deer here in Texas. But with that program, you get liberal like freedoms. If you have a good property, like, and the better you manage it, the more like opportunity and success you get to have. Like it's a pretty interesting program, and you can use whatever weapon you want all year long.
All year round. Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. It's that's where I just took that handgun class that I took. It was on the MLDP. So
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was an MLDP. So I didn't have to use my tag. So technically, I tag souped out. Huh?
Now I'm asking, like, because I know we both in Texas. I'm asking Trey, Chris, and Courtney, is deer still open in any capacity where y'all hunting at?
Yeah,
no, South Dakota's closed right now. It's done for unless they might decide next month to do like a depredation hunt. But I don't think with our deer numbers, they won't be doing it this year.
We're open till Monday.
No,
or is it muzzleloader, rifle? What's open?
No, it's bow. Bow's open till Monday, then it closes.
Okay, what about you, Chris?
So ours closed the 15th, and it's from January 1st through the 15th. That was bow season, but everything's closed now.
Okay.
So
hey, Pink Shears want to know what was the close zone.
It's in West Texas. They just don't have the numbers. The biologists and the people from Texas Parks and Wildlife, they just decide that, hey, like we don't have a population in these counties that's sustainable to hunting, so they close it.
Is that
Same
only
thing
for deer?
with turkeys, like, huh?
Yeah, no, it's called carrying capacity, guys. So each and every zone has a certain carrying capacity that they monitor. If it overloads, then they'll add. Especially here with parks and wildlife. So we get to hunt certain parks all the time for public. Some of them are draw hunts. Some of them are just walk-in hunts. It just depends on the park. if it's a walk-in hunt, most of the time that park is overpopulated for that zone, so they'll allow walk-in hunts. If it's a zone that has a population that's pretty much about even or where it's supposed to be, they'll do a draw hunt, and you only getting a certain amount of tags to go in there, or one tag to go in there and get whatever out of there. Then you got to fall back on the licenses too, because depending on what kind of license you get, like they offer super combos here. With the super combo, you get a hunting and a fishing license, and it comes with all the endorsements. So each year I buy a super combo and I get 5 deer tags. I get 2 antlers and 3 antlerless, but that third antlerless could be a spike. So you get 5 tags here with the super combo, plus all the fishing endorsements, all the snapper endorsements, the red drum endorsements, all of that stuff.
One greater than 28 inches. It's a bunch of stuff that come along.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff that come along with it. So I always just get the super combo because it's cheaper. It's $70 versus spending $25 for each license, and then all the endorsements.
You know how much it cost me?
Free, yeah, because you're a vet.
Disabled vet rate, baby.
Hey, look,
super combo,
I ain't have to endure the stuff
everywhere.
that you had to endure to life. So congrats on that, man, and thanks for your service, bro.
Hey, the trade-off might not have been worth it. You're right.
Yeah. He ain't done shit. He was in the kitchen.
Yeah, I want to know, brother. Hey, yo, big dog. Hey, big dog, don't fucking play with me. I want to nobody goddamn kitchen. Fucking mouth on this program, big dog.
Hey, you know I'm playing with you, dog.
Hey, he said the kitchen. I said I thought of Cuba Gooding Jr. over there.
I thought about Cookie.
Like, I seen Chris face. I'm like, no, they believe in that shit. I really was not a cook, y'all. I swear to God. I know he was playing, but they didn't know that.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
He was not a cook, y'all. I'm just messing with Justin.
Why is that like in movies? Every time they have like somebody in the kitchen in the military, they only peeling potatoes. Why is that?
It's punishment, dog. Have you ever tried to peel 500 pounds of them shits?
No.
Your hands are gonna be looking like the goddamn mummy, like you going to spar afterwards. That shit be slipping, taking skin off your knuckle. That is KP, boy. That's just some straight bullshit. Washing them damn dishes, son.
Oh man,
I'm 6'4", trying to bend over the goddamn sink like I'm goddamn orangutan and shit. Man, that shit's some bullshit, son.
and that's hey, look, and that's why you get a free hunting license and free fishing.
I need a backiotomy.
The shit you had to endure for that free right there, bro. You can have it. I'll go and pay my $70, man.
Yeah, thinking back on it sometimes, I'll be like, I don't know.
Oh man.
You don't say. You don't say.
I'm just messing with dude, man.
This right here was a dang good show, man. It was a dang good
this
show.
was wild.
Hey, this why I love doing it right here. Exactly why I love
This will make our show different, bro. Like somebody gonna watch this clip when Trey go back and clip it up. It's like, damn, they friends.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Right. As a matter of fact, 3 out of the 5 that's on the panel, we gonna be shooting tack.
Yeah, like that's
hey
my
Chris.
man.
You might as well make the drive, bro.
Which one? Which tag?
San Antonio.
25 to 27 April, San Antonio.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, man, it's a young brother that I ran across on YouTube, man. His name is Cam Outdoors, man. He down there with you, Jay. He down there in Houston, man. Want to see if we can get him to come up too. I'm gonna let him know about taxi if he want to come up.
Man, that's wild because he just started following me on TikTok.
I think I follow him
already.
I TikTok was getting shut down tomorrow.
It might be, or Sunday. We got a couple days.
We gonna see.
I think they're gonna settle the Elon Musk. I don't know if that was like trolling or whatever though. But
hey, I can tell you now, they do not want Elon Musk to own TikTok.
No.
By they, you mean Zuckerberg? Like Zuck gonna dive out of a plane with no parachute if Elon get that off. Like Zuck is out of here, bro. Like he's not having that.
Hey, Wild Game James said he down for tech.
Hey, where you based out of, Wild Game James? Where you based out of? Like before we get up out of here.
Hey, what we need to do is we need to go and get a group together, and if we gonna go, just have one big old group just ride up.
No, that's what I hit Steve up the other day. Like I was trying to get a head count, Because
Yeah,
we can register. Like we just need one person to register, like the party or whatever.
Hey, the best thing to do is we all give that joke, and whoever get the best
yeah. Whoever
Not
can find the best
for
time
sure.
slot, yeah.
Yeah.
And hey,
Yeah,
look,
And then we all register like
depending
that.
on what course you choose too, man, because some of it's at Natural Bridge Caverns, dude, and that place is brutal, bro. It's rocky, it's hilly. So we could find the courses that's got the less slopes in it. It's
Right.
better.
Y'all
yeah.
y'all
Outside of that,
y'all-
we're gonna be shooting slopes all the time.
y'all ain't
Hey,
carrying
Will.
my big ass out
Hey,
like that.
see,
Y'all be
Will,
carrying me out like
you
that.
started you started driving yet?
No, man. I told y'all somebody gonna have to come fly with me.
Nobody's doing that. I can tell you that right now.
Like y'all ain't real friends then. Somebody need to come to
You,
Kentucky,
you
come
better,
get me,
hey, you better
and
talk to your
fly
wife,
with
boy.
me.
Talk to your wife and have her get on the plane with you.
She'll get on that plane with me.
There you go.
Problem solved. We can make it a group thing. It's plenty of stuff for the ladies to do in San Antonio.
Man.
Yeah, it's plenty to do here. Definitely. But I mean, you get shit. Hey, look, if they get to walking around tack with you, because they don't mind you having people walk with you, so you can pay for what's the
like
non
$15 a day.
yeah, I think it's like the non-shooters or whatever. So they can walk with you. So if they walk that course with you that day, y'all not going out to go do nothing that night. I guarantee y'all, bro. I'm just letting y'all. I'm giving you heads up.
She ain't walking with me. She ain't gonna walk with me.
No, okay, well, I'm saying because you ain't, and look, that night you gonna be too tired, especially if you're trying to shoot all 3 days. If you're trying to shoot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I wouldn't recommend it. I always shoot on Saturday and Sunday.
I think that's what I'm
doing. This ain't my first rodeo. I've been to attack before.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm just giving y'all the the heads up with the course here. I can't explain for no other course anywhere else. I know they everywhere, but
it starts so early on Friday. Like I think I'm gonna try and get it in on Friday about noon. Check in. If we do the Airbnb, whatever we're gonna do, we can talk about it offline. But like we link up. But I don't think I'm shooting on Friday. Like I'm gonna be on somebody Riverwalk Friday somewhere.
No,
Eating some good ass food somewhere on Friday night.
Normally how we do it is we'll get there Thursday, we'll shoot early Friday morning or evening, and then we'll spend all the time at the little village and mingle and talk. Then at night go out. Next morning, Saturday shoot. We always get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but then Sunday come, we like, man, scratch that. They can have that money,
the
man.
legs be hurting, dog.
Man, what?
Nah, that's exactly why I saved the Friday, bro. Because it's like it's an extra day of saving childcare and all that other stuff you got to do to sneak away for a minute. So, like shooting Saturday and Sunday, like I'll forfeit. I'll punt the Sunday too. Like, but I'm gonna get it in on Saturday. But I mean, it's really just about being there. Like, what you call them? What you call them, Steve? Put some spots on the map.
Yeah, man. Hey, look at here, bro. I'm tired of being the only spot at the San Antonio TAC, dog.
We got a goddamn Pinkertown black.
Hey, look, man, I be out there, boy. Oh my God, man. Look, man, I be on Tupac for real. All eyes on me, dog. Like they can't believe, man. Somebody's different color out there shooting with them.
Hey, but I know the one here in South Dakota, man. The year me and my brother went, it was like the next year.
You and Nick was the only two. I already know.
But in South, and everybody knew us. The next year. Hey man, what's up, man? It's Trey and Nick. Like, no, my name is John. I don't know what you got.
My name is John is crazy, son. Like how you just randomly pick out of all the names you could have picked. That's funny as hell.
John Wick.
Oh man, but
my alias is Bartholomew III, but
my man James said he down for TAC and he out of Orlando, Florida. Come on over, man. We'll be glad to have you. And let's do it. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Appreciate everybody that's gonna watch this on the replay. I promise we still friends. Like this is this is how we do. We give it to you raw on New Jack Archers, baby.
Now, he gonna call me and cuss me. I can't believe you said that about them Amazon arrows, man. Come on,
I'm gonna call you after this, but I ain't gonna call you and cuss you out. Like, it ain't gonna be that. Bruh, it was so funny though, like watching it in real time, like when you realize, oh shit, like that's what I was saying. Because like Steve was like,
You be
that
blacking
ain't what you
out,
said the
dog.
first time. I'm like, that might be true, but I like literally clarified like what I meant, and he still stood 10 toes in it, Steve. I couldn't believe it. Like me and Chris were confused. Courtney internet was messing up, so he was gone. He came back and didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? Like, what are they
Courtney was
arguing
just
about?
sitting down there like, oh my God, no.
Yeah, because like it literally, like I was like, Trey, shut up, dude, about these Amazon.
I couldn't understand. Like he would get to a point, he would agree, but I'm like, there's no but. Like, what are we but?
I was saying, but that's for me. I ain't talking about the new guy.
No, we knew that. That was already established. We ain't got to rehash it. But man, it's
Yeah,
been a
yeah,
good
yeah.
one, man.
Oh,
Trey,
yeah.
Courtney, I'm gonna catch y'all like in a second, man. But it's been a good one, man. Share it. Holla at your peoples. We'll be back next Thursday. Hey, what we doing? We going to after next Thursday? We going to
We're going to
Mondays? Is that what we
Mondays.
doing?
Yeah.
Mondays.
We ain't got no more football to compete with, so we got the national championship coming up this Monday. So after next
y'all got?
Thursday, we'll be back. I would like Notre Dame to win. I feel like they do for one. I would like them to win.
100 years.
I really
Yeah, it's
don't
been
care for
forever.
Ohio State like that.
Well, last time they had a championship, Blue Holtz was the coach.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Rudy. I thought you were gonna say Rudy was on the team.
That's it. And Blue Holtz was the coach.
I don't care who wins. As long as it ain't Alabama or Georgia, I'm cool. I don't care.
It won't be neither one of them.
Right.
Salute. Hey, we'll catch y'all next time, man. Thank y'all for joining us.
All right, see ya.
Deuces.
Peace.